This is not a dream.
Oh. Yeah. Right. Start again, shall we? Okay. First show, 2026. Let's start it off as we mean to go on. Yeah. We're gonna have the gremlins. It's just one of those things. Can't get away from it. I try. The Lord knows I try. I do try. Honestly, I'm very trying. Still can't quite crack it, you know. Yeah, there's still something which has to kind of knee me in the nuts, if you know what I mean. Every time on a show, I'm trying to make it nice and smooth and linear. Do you know, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should stop trying to make it so smooth and linear. You know, maybe I should just sort of do it from the garden shed. You know, maybe I should just sort of like, yeah, you just use two tin cans and a piece of string, maybe. Anyway, welcome. Thank you for joining. If you're watching this, it'll be on it'll be on Dogman TP Hunting on YouTube. It will be on Emerald Paranormal on Facebook and YouTube. And let's have a look. It should also be going out to Goldfish Paranormal on Facebook as well, I believe. But anyway, if you're here, hello. Let me just get the comments up a little bit. We have got, first of all, Keith, hello. Thank you. These people as well, moderators. So Keith, moderator, Kate, moderator, Larry, moderator, and of course, Dawn, Sasquatch sister. Thank you all very much for helping. It really helps the channel out a lot. Delroy Kelly, hello. Thank you for joining. Paranormal Walk, Stuart. Oi, oi. Oi, oi, Stuart. Yes, indeedy. Oi, oi. Hope you're doing all right, mate. Dragonborn, very good evening. Hope you're doing well. Had a good Christmas and all that. But yeah, thank you for joining. Very nice. Yeah, yeah. I'm going to roll along with the comments as we roll along. I'm going to bring up Natalie. Okay, co-host. Let's have a look.
Do I want to be associated with this podcast? I thought, oh, it's nice and quiet for a change, and then I realised I was like, oh.
You know, I just sometimes I just think, you know, why do I try? You know, I spend like kind of hours and hours at this trying to sort of like hone it, and so it's like, oh, and then it just nuts every time.
I thought I was going to have a lovely, peaceful podcast for a while. It's the first time you've said anything interesting, and I couldn't hear it.
Well, that's about right, isn't it? That is about right. Let's face it. Yeah.
And that was me. I was just like, before you put the credits up, I was like eating a chili, and I thought a chili's the stupidest thing to eat just before a podcast because my nose started running, my throat's gone all funny. I was trying to down my milkshake and then choked on the milkshake. Oh, and you've still got Christmas Collective in your titles as well. So
I know. Yes, that's
technically
another thing. That's another thing.
Just to add to,
I wanted to keep the title,
traveling.
but I had to change the end, and of course, didn't have enough time to change the end, and like I didn't get back from work till a bit late, and I was like, I'm trying. Sure. It's just anyway. Yeah, it's my fault. Sure. It'll all be polished by next week.
At the end of next year. This year,
the end of next year, probably. Yeah. I don't think. Do you know what?
2050. We're aiming.
If it was a polished show, okay. If this turned out ever to be kind of like halfway polished, right? Something which people would watch and go, "Wow, those people are slick. Look at that show. It's so slick. Wow." I don't think anyone would recognise it.
I wouldn't. It wouldn't be recognisable. I think I wouldn't be on here if it was working properly. Like, I have this amazing, unique ability with tech anyway. I have to like pray and clear and cleanse all of my tech like regularly just to keep the gremlins like vaguely outside. So it's like this is me ever being professional and smooth and tech savvy or about the size of a lentil, basically. But we can hope. But yeah.
Good, right.
On another note, we got the rest of the podcast.
Another thing I haven't done. I haven't put the names up. Why did I put the names up? Well, there you go. Boom. There you go. Right. Okay. Do you want to introduce our guest?
I can do if you like.
Yeah, because the way I'm going, I'll just cock that up as well. I think.
I was going to say, I was like, who forgot again now? Tonight we have the indomitable and amazing Jenny Sullivan from Ireland. I'm really looking forward to this because she's wonderful.
You just threw me on.
Yeah, he does that. I didn't warn you. He does that to me all the time. It's
no countdown, just 3, 2, 1.
Just ready. You're in it.
Picking my nose, I'm doing anything.
Well, I was blowing mine before I was like, do I think I can get blow my nose before he puts me on screen? That'll look interesting if I'm there with like mouth full of chili
that image, Natalie. I saw because what happens, right, guys at home on the studio, what happens is like there's a little tiny window at the bottom, so I'll see Jenny in a little window and see Natalie in a little window before they come up on the bigger screen, which you can see at home. So anyway, I've got a view, like they have a view of everyone in the studio, right, in the back of the studio. And I saw Natalie, and I think it'll always stay with me, that image, where she just finished a bowl of chili, and she was sort of luckily blowing her nose, but it wasn't good. I think that's what put me off on the intro. And I was hoping she was going to grab that tissue really quick, so it was like a bit like a pendulum. It was like, oh,
holy crap, really?
Honestly, it's probably nicer than the image me and Roxy have at the end of one show. He decided after we'd just gone off the end credits to change his t-shirt, and we were like, we've flipped into OnlyFans now.
You forget to turn the microphone off. You forget to turn your camera off. I have switch on my camera that I don't have the lens open all the time. I close it down and then I look at my microphone and I'm thinking, oh, I didn't turn it off. What did I say? It's so dangerous.
Yeah. We're just sitting here listening to this.
Yeah. So dangerous.
Jenny, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me on.
Thank you very much for being on. It's lovely.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on. Your first show is 2026. Thank you.
I've seen a couple of your previous podcasts.
Yes.
They're really good. They were really good.
Thank you. I love doing them. I have great people on my show. Fantastic. I really enjoyed the one I did last Saturday night. It was all about EVPs, and I had the most, what I think, my group of friends and the elite, what I think, in EVPs, and some of them knew each other and some of them did not. So the conversation that was flowing was great, and we all left with something new that we will try. But it was really great people in America, great people now that I had on with me last week.
Great.
That is it. I have none tomorrow night. I'm going to break.
You know Natalie. You've spoken to her before.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Right.
The first time I spoke to Jenny, I was like, "Oh, can I have you on the show?" 6 hours later, she says, "Oh, I just want to see what kind of person you are." 6 hours later, it was literally, what was it, 5 o'clock in the morning? And I was like, I've got to hang up. I'm falling asleep.
Probably. Oh, Jesus, listen, I don't like to talk a lot, you know?
And I'm a late night person, and I was like, standing by like, I think I'm going to have to quit.
What can I say? I don't talk a lot. I don't like, I get shy and I don't talk a lot.
Said nobody ever about Jenny.
Really? Oh, we have the bell. We have the timeout bell. I give one of those Irish goodbyes. It's desperate. I'm the last one leaving a party, and that's fact. Yeah, I'm the last one leaving the party. Yeah. Oh, look, we're ending the party now, Jenny. And I'm like, okay, bye, everyone. I look back, and that's still continuing. They just lied to me. They lied to get me going.
Oh, no.
Little feckers. I said feckers.
Looking in at the window, going, "I'm still here."
I know. I seen that on a show as well, and I'm like, that kind of like PTSD. That's what they did to me. They did that to me. I like your top, Phil. I like your top, Brickham. I bought a lot of t-shirts last night on Temu.
Oh dear.
Yeah, and they're all kind of funny t-shirts. My sense of humor. But don't be a Kardashian, and don't be a Kardashian. Be Patsy from AbFab.
Oh yeah.
Just those things, and that's another one with a big T-shirt and saying, like, you know, a T-shirt with a Jesus on it saying something like "disappointed, so disappointed in all of you" or something like that. Just annoy people.
So you're going to get into trouble once you start wearing them.
Mm-hmm.
I said, you're going to start getting into trouble when you're wearing those. I'll wear
them on my show as well. Yeah, I'll wear them on my show. Yeah. Just because I've nothing else to wear.
Jenny, can I ask you, because I've listened to a few of your podcasts, and I just want to sort of know, what was the genesis moment? I don't want. What I'd rather have is not the nice sort of, you know, facade of what happened. I want a dirty detail of what happened that got you into all of this, all of this paranormal business. What started it? Yeah.
As always, as with most people, and people go, "Oh, another one." I come from a large family. There's always has to be one in every family, and I was that one that was completely and utterly different. I'm completely different. I'm the only one in my family that has rhesus O negative blood. I'm completely different to all of them. I'm out there a little bit more. They're all kind of normal, and I just heard things. And they didn't believe me, and they did not listen to me. And I've seen things, and they did not listen to me or believe me, as they would, you know, I was going to say back in the day. I'm not that old, but, you know, back in the day. And I wasn't until I was in Well, in my 20s and so on, I got into it more because I was too afraid. I'd watch all the shows and I was too afraid to watch them because I believed in all of it, but I never had proper experience to validate it, if that makes sense. I've seen things in the sky, and I know that sounds like, oh, Jennifer, you know, everyone's seen things in the sky, but this was the most, oh my God, if I could lay in a couch and they put me under for me to tell them, you know, the truth. And it's kind of that thing that I saw something in the sky and my family's seen it too. But there was nothing in the sky for me to see in the first place, if that makes sense. It was November, many, many years ago. I was about 12, and my brother's friend was walking up my driveway. So I said, "What's that in the sky?" But there was nothing in the sky for me to say that at all. Nothing. I just said it. I went in and told my sister, and then she looked out. It was across. We lived in a main road, and across the road was an unused factory. So anyway, there was 3 of them. They were like around and goes into a long tail. And if they were at the bottom, if they were down beside you, they would have been about 50 to 60 feet long. And there was 3 of them, smoky grey in colour. 2 was on this side, 1 was on this side, and they'd go up, disappear, come back down, go up, disappear, come back down, and then they'd swap sides. So you have 2 this side and 1 this side, you know, and so on, and they do the same thing. They did it for about an hour and a half, something like that. And we had family come over to the house. There was deaths that was in 3 different families, and couldn't understand it. My siblings were in watching TV, and I was out with. We were building a front door porch, so the red bricks were still there and still being built up, and so on. So I was looking over at these things, and I say about an hour, 2 hours later, something like that. One of them shot down through the hedge and straight back up. If you blinked, you would have missed it, but you could see it going through the hedge and shot right back up and continued doing what it was doing, as if to say, we're real, whatever you're looking at, whatever you're thinking or saying, or is it light from Dublin, or if it's this and that. One shot down, went right through and shot back up, as if to say, what you see is real. And I remember an adult man pulling me behind so he could get into the house first. And that was the only time I've ever seen that. My sister said, "Oh, it was just spotlights from Dublin." But listen, even though you're young, you're not stupid. Spotlights, I'm about an hour from Dublin. Spotlights will not reach and do that what it did across the road from my house. So that really, really, really got me more into it. What was it? You know, people trying to fob it off and so on. And I never forgot it. When I talk about it today to them, they don't remember it, or they don't want to remember it. So things like that started me off. I want to know exactly what's happening. What is it?
How big were those? How big were they if it shot down? Because I was there thinking these massive things in the sky. When he said it went through the hedge, I was like, I had to scale down. How big?
I'd say up in the sky, and there was smoky grey colour, see through a little bit, round head, right down off to a tail. When it shot down from the sky through the hedge, from top to bottom, I'd say about 50 to 60 foot long.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And then when they go back up to the sky, you will see that same size of them in the sky.
Wow.
It was something I wished. I don't want to see it again. Maybe I don't know if I see it now. No, don't be tempted. Yeah. Right? No, I'll have the little knock on my window, and I'm like, no. I'm surprised my dogs didn't bark. But I'm glad I seen it. I'm glad I seen it. I'm glad I got to experience it. What it is, I'll never know. But I'm glad I experienced it. But it was, can I say the word? It was out of this world. Literally, I know. But it was just, I never, ever got to know what it was. Then I continued on within Paranormal, how I got to meet one guy who ran a paranormal team up in the north of Ireland. He's from Dublin, but he ran a team up in the Northern Ireland. Don't know how I knew his name. Don't know how I found out about him. Don't know how we connected. I just did. And then I started off investigating up in the north of Ireland. In one particular place, we did many up in the north, fantastic places. One particular place we investigated for, I think it was 8 years consecutively, every month consecutively. It's a place called Shane's Castle. And the castle is in ruins, but it was the tunnels. So if anyone who's ever watched Games of Thrones, and those tunnels where they filmed, that's where I investigated. And it is everything. oh my God. I said, oh, I'm thinking back to it where I had my first F around and find out Jenny moment. Oh my goodness. When I went back, I apologized. You know, it was moments. I could write a book in it. Everyone can write a book on what they've been through and what they have experienced in paranormal. But to think about it and write it down, it's kind of like a kick up the behind to say, you know, because I was new at it. Don't mess about. Don't play around. It's all real. And my God, did I find out it was all real.
So what happened to make you? Are you allowed to say
it completely. We had guests with us and so on and so on. And there was the founder and the founder's partner, and then there was me, and then we had the team and guests. And so the founder we went back down into the tunnels, and he said, right, I'm going to do an experiment. And Jenny, I want you to provoke. And I'm like, well, no, I don't provoke. I don't want to. He said, you have to. Me being young, and I said, right, okay. Well, I wasn't young, but, you know, new into it. And you know, I just said, okay. So I did. So I provoked. My goodness, did I provoke? And you're provoking against male soldiers. And yeah, and I'm a woman. And geez, did I get, you let me loose? We're going in. You let me loose. I will say, I free range to say what I want to say. And I became the dominant female, which these men do not like. So I'm giving him orders and so on. And this guy was sitting on the chair with a rope around his neck, a hood on him, as if we have him at your mercy. You can have him. You always say they want to hurt him. They want to do away with him and X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. And I said, now, here he is. I said, don't be wasting my time. No, this is an order. And I start, you know, shouting now. Anyway, things happened and that was great. The night went on. We were coming to the end of the night. And this guy said to me, Jenny, you bring your group down to the tunnels and go down to where we had done the reenactment. So we're walking back into the tunnels, and it's a bit of a trek to get into it. We walk back into the tunnels, and the minute you walk in and you see, you know, when you see this, as if it's not smoke, but it's like the ground has been unsettled. When you have your light on, it looks like it's moving about. Because we're beside a lock, a man-made lock, huge man-made lock. The ground is very unlevel. And anyway, went in and I was punched in the face with sulfur. The smell of sulfur, it burnt my palate, it burnt my nose. It just immediately got me. And one woman said, Jenny, we shouldn't go in. And I'm like, no, we're going in. But we kept going in, kept walking up, and she goes, Jenny, we shouldn't do this. We're being told don't. And I said, if they know we're here, then if they know we're here, we know they're here. And this is what we do. So because we had public with, right? See, this is where you learn lessons. So we had public with us, and I'm like, okay, fine, we'll come back down, but fine. So we turned around and went back out. And I said, I don't know why if we're leaving if they know we're here. When I said that, about 15 or 20 seconds later, it's as if something ran up towards me. It's like the Matrix. It was like my head went underwater, like my hearing. My eyes closed, my head went back a little bit, very slow motion, and came forward. Like it was like something ran through me, something came up to me. Like this man was not, he was like, okay, F around and find out. So Billy Big Balls, you know, let me do this. I lost my balance, even though the ground's unlevel, but because that happened to me. So I linked onto my friend and I said, quietly, get me out of here. But then I thought to myself, if I lose it, they win. So I said, okay, everybody, let's go. Choppity chop. Let's go. Come on, bleep. Let's go. Let's leave. So we left. It took me about 2 months to go back to the place. And I said, I never, ever, ever wanted to smell that again. Never, ever, ever. And I did last year. That shocked me. I did last year in Lep Castle. And I knew immediately what that smell was. I knew immediately what it was, that I was standing in the bloody chapel and we had a guest over from Washington. And I said, so what do you think of Lep Castle? Because we took him to Redwood Castle. We took him to Lep Castle. You know, I planned the whole weekend for him. Yeah, it's okay. What did you say? It's okay. Okay, I'll send you my invoice. And I said, yes, the bloody chapel can be a little quiet. Not always quiet, but, you know, I find other places in Lep Castle very active and so on. When I said that, again, sulfur went up my nostril. I could taste it. This poor guy, like I could pick him up and put him to one side. I'm taller than him and bigger than him. And he was small and fragile. I could pick him up and put him to one side. And God bless him. That probably gave him more of a fright than anything else. But I could smell it again. And I knew immediately what it was. So I had to leave. And I'd never leave a room. I'd never leave a room. And no one else could smell it until they eventually cut it. I thought my coat was on fire. I know it was the weirdest thing. And I brought our guest downstairs and so on, and an ex-team member was coming up and she goes, "Why are you running down for?" And we said, "Well, you know, the smell of sulfur. I can smell popcorn." Okay. I think popcorn was always the smell that they got. But I didn't go back upstairs for the rest of the night. The rest of the people went upstairs, and that's the last time I smelled it. So I don't smell it again.
So it's like you take that then as them warning you. Basically, it's just this is your particular signal to behave.
Yeah. I'll probably need that at a house party, like Jennifer, leave. Give me and I'm gone. But that's the only 2 times, and people say I've never smelled it before, and I'm glad you didn't. But also, it's a warning, and take it as a warning. But it's also okay as well, because you experienced it. That you get to experience what it really, really smells like, what it really happens when you're in a room with open windows, you're on top of a castle, or you're underneath grounds, and you get to smell it when it shouldn't be there. It is a great experience. Should I say the word great experience? Even though I ran with my tail between my legs. But it is, I can write it down saying I experienced it. I know how I felt. I know I respect, and I will leave, because you have to. Because if they can do that, and these are the powerful ones, and they're annoyed with you, what else can they do? And you don't want to push it. I mean, I'll put someone else in there to see what exactly they'll do and watch them from it behind the glass and say, okay, what were you going to do to me? But it's good to experience. I'm saying it's good to experience it, but it's definitely an experience. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we tend to play down things like that. Like you say, just having a smell, we tend to play it down, but it is still a paranormal thing, like you say. And like this, when people do get hit with the sulfur, it is very striking. And like you say, it's just,
and
it's
nowhere.
Yeah.
And it comes from nowhere. That, if you get a smell drafting in, you will gradually smell it from afar, and it will come in gradually. This is up your nose and in your mouth. It's like in you. It's in you. It's not around you. It's in your nostrils, your mouth, your throat. Do
you think something was attempting to take over, and you just sort of, perceived it as sulfur?
Who want to take over me? I mean, I'd scare them.
Yeah, they probably had to go and went, okay, we're not sure about this. Let's just
crazy. No. Yeah. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I'd say from Shane's Castle, it was me by me saying, if they know we're here, and we know they're here, and let's do it. But they're annoyed, and they don't want you there, and they're not the friendly ones. There's some there that cannot come through because of these other people. And then in the bloody chapel in Shane's Castle, when I said yes, here can be a little bit quieter, then the banquet room is kind of like, okay. The two brothers that were in the bloody chapel, Thaddeus and Tig, and one brother killed the other brother, and that's why it's called the bloody chapel. So it's kind of like let's show you it's not as quiet as you think it is. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Exactly what you say.
Learn, Jenny. Learn. Throw it away.
Well, it only took 2 goes for. It only took 2 goes.
Well, third time's a charm. I'm waiting for that one, because it happens in 3s.
That's they do tend to. So you've got another one. You've got another one coming.
No. I really want someone else to who I'm with to experience it. For them to turn around and say, Jenny, can you smell that? And I'd be like, oh, what can you smell? And they say, like, I smells like matches. And I'm like, oh. And, what did you say? Before you smelt it, did you annoy them? Did you say something? Because sometimes you have to. Sometimes you do, but you don't mean it. So I would like someone else to experience it when I'm in the room with them. But not for me, just for me to see them, because I know what they're talking about. But it's one of those things, like you said, that people will talk about it, but they kind of let it go. But it's interaction.
Yeah, that's the thing. I find that very often with a lot of people, like with the paranormal experiences, because they're so subtle, everyone has a tendency to just brush it off. And I'm like, you're still being touched by something that technically isn't there. It's not. It's like with the knocks on the wall thing. Oh, it's just a few knocks, or the REM pod lighting up, and I'm like. But if you have the thing, I mean, I had cat balls in my lounge for weeks and weeks to the point where I forgot they were there, and they just went off one night. And I was just like, oh my God, and yet when you see it on the programs, things, I was, oh yeah, the cat balls are lighting up. And I'm like, but how?
Yeah.
If you actually think about it, this thing is going off on its own. It's been sitting there for weeks doing nothing. It hasn't moved. It hasn't been moved. And suddenly it's lighting up like a Christmas tree. You're like, that is actually significant. It's not just lights.
Well, some people say battery. It could be battery drainage. It could be battery just wearing out because you can't replace those batteries. So it could be.
No, that's true.
No, Kieran, a friend of mine, Kieran, he was on one of his videos. He put a cat ball down when we were in Redwood Castle a few weeks ago, and he shows an example of a cat ball. Like, he moved it, he touched it, and everything. It doesn't go off. You have to press the red button down for it to go off. So the red button has to be pushed down. But things like batteries, if it's there for a few weeks, would it be a battery? Like, put a new one beside it and see if the two of them go off or just the one of them go off, and which one goes off. Is it the one that was sitting there for weeks? Could it be battery? And if the other one goes off that's fresh, then that's just me making more work for everyone. Fresh one and the other.
It's a fair point though, isn't it? Yeah, it's a fair point.
Just for comparison of batteries, because everything goes batteries and battery drainage and whatnot, and you have to do the pain in the behind work when you have to examine it as into why it happened. And if you can't get it and it goes off by itself and so on, and the battery is fresh and it goes off, then looking into it. I'm just thinking battery thing. That's just me.
Yeah, no, I had two. And one of them, you have to really flick it to get it to go off.
Okay.
So, even a subtle shift wouldn't do it. You had to actually roll it. And I had it go off on its own. And I'd got two of them there. I think they were different ages. I'm not 100% sure, because they all get muddled up after a while, don't they? But yeah, this one that actually you have to flick it to go off, that's the one that went off. And it's like, it's on a concrete floor. So it's not even...
Okay.
And the thing didn't, like I say, it'd been sitting there I'd forgotten but it was there. It'd been sitting there for weeks, and it just suddenly went off one day. And I was like, that's the one that's really hard to set off as well. Like I say, though, it could have been battery, but yeah, it was just, it's curious though, because like you say, it's like people tend to brush it off, but I was like, whoa.
Yeah. What I do is get like a marker or Tipex or something like that, and just say one, and all three of them just write one. So if you get another set, you can write two into them. So one is the new one, or the old ones, two is the new set, and so on and so on. It's just so you know which was the new one, which is the old one. If you see one, that's one of the old ones. So then you can kind of compare it to battery. I know it's all that work that nobody wants to do. That kind of like, I know I do that. We used it. A friend of mine used the bell as well. I find the bell, it's one of those, you don't have to touch it. You just say, press once for yes and twice for no. We could be having a conversation all night and it would not go off. When we ask questions, then it starts going off. So we kind of question that. Why it didn't go off all night and it's on? But then we're talking and asking questions in the location, and then it starts going off. So that's something people can say, right, technology or, equipment, and keep it simple and all of that. We totally understand that. Recorder, camera, camcorder, pen and paper. Great stuff. Love it. Less, stuff to carry with you as well, and all these. I used the Himalayan bowl as well. I love the Himalayan. I think the Himalayan bowl works well. I've only started using it recently, but it puts half
singing bowls.
Yes, yeah. And it's just for energy.
Okay.
It's a night, and it's just for vibration and energy, and I find it works. I actually find it works.
Oh, wow.
So bringing all your Jacob's ladder and your other things that you bring for energy, we use that. It's great. I know Kieran, Kieran used it, and I have to teach him how to do it. How to use it, and but it does take time, and you have to stir the bowl and concentrate doing it. But it's just a cheap piece of equipment that you don't spend hundreds on, and it's vibration and it's energy as well. So cheap and cheerful, and it works, and no batteries needed or no plugging in.
And they're fun to play with anyway. It's like
the table are sleeping, and I'm like, oh God, this is beautiful, and I'm like half asleep, kind of putting on, and we'd be live when we're doing it, and it's just something different that people can listen and hear, and other people can take it on board. If they want to use it, then use it. It's cheap and cheerful, simple, and someone gets results with it. So we just use those.
You got anything to say, Phil?
Oh, it's interesting. I was just thinking, Jenny, when taking you back to your first event, you saw that. What was it in the sky? What was it again? You saw?
There was 3 of them. We have no idea what they are. There was 3 of them. Smoky gray color, like a cigarette smoke color.
Mm-hmm.
And I know people gave me their opinions and whatnot of it, and I said I couldn't say yes and I couldn't say no. I don't know. But and this is when I was about 12 years of age.
Yeah. Okay.
I was so into it. Yeah.
Were they luminous? Were they luminous at all, or
no? No. I know the moon was out. There was no clouds in the sky. It was November, clear night, no clouds. Nothing for me to say, what's that in the sky? I remember putting my hand on his left shoulder and I point up, and then he started saying, it's the banshees, and I'm like telling him to stop because I didn't like that word. Being Irish and all that, didn't like the word O'Sullivan. And I remember it to this day, and I can tell you, anyone else that you ask would not remember it. Yeah. I was just that child that everyone should have in a family.
What was your Jenny? What was your gut feeling when you saw it? What did you inside? What was your first impression of it? What did you think? What did you feel? Did you feel it was it something which was biblical? Was it something which was kind of like an angel, demon? Was it something that was inherently bad? Was it something that was maybe otherworldly to you? What was your impression as a 12-year-old girl?
It frightened me. It woke me up because I always knew something was different. Everyone's kind of like, oh, Jenny, whatever. But we would hear names being called in the house, and I found it to be tantalizing, passive aggressive kind of way, to frighten us by, because that's a good question, because I was never asked that question before, and that makes me think, it's a good thing. That's what I'm saying now, which is a good thing. It makes me think. Jennifer, right off. So, did I find it aggressive? Playful, but in a passive aggressive way, if that makes sense. That 2 is here, 1 is here, and they go up and into, like, there's no clouds for them to disappear in, but they go up and they go down, like swimming and up and down, and then next minute you have 1 here and 2 here, and you could see it, and then here they go, and they're like away, and they go swim, and they go towards each other, and then they go up, and then they change spots, 2 here, 1 here, and I'm like, whoa. And in my brain I felt like, you're staring at the 2 sides, because they're that far apart, so big, but apart from away from each other.
Yeah. Okay. Did you when you mentioned also about the sulfurous smell? That is a smell which is funny with us. We kind of like there's certain things where we can't shut off certain senses.
Right.
Smell is one, hearing is the other. Even when we sleep, we still hear. Even when we sleep, we still smell. And so many times we kind of we're able to instantaneously recall a memory just from a smell, and it's a very accurate memory.
Right.
Why I say that is because the Catholic Church, they believe that they wrote that a mortal man or mortal people, if they do sexual sins, one of the gravest offenses against the purity of the soul, then it not only corrupts the body, which is a temple to the temple of the Holy Ghost, but also emits in the spiritual realm a putrid odor that attracts demons. So this smell, which the church say, and it was actually documented by Father John Farrow, a Catholic exorcist who boldly taught other trainee exorcists and said the smell of man living in mortal sin, a demon can smell and is attracted by. I bring that up because I don't want to get all biblical on this thing, but I bring that up because the smell is not just in the paranormal realm. Very often when people find Bigfoot,
yes,
stench, this putrid stench, this like kind of sulphurous kind of smell. Wow. And also with aliens as well. When people have close contact with aliens, they also exude this certain stench, from these entities. So all part and partial, they all seem to sort of have the same traits, don't they?
And I'm the only one in my family of 11 that has Rhesus O negative blood, so apparently I'm half alien. That's what they say. I'm special. But the one thing as well, when I was younger, and we me and my sisters shared a room, so we had 2 sets of bunk beds. I'm on the top bunk, so I would look out the window at nighttime like this, and I'm looking up into the sky looking for something, and then I said to myself, oh nope, because if they see me looking up, then they'll know I'm looking out, and then they know I'm looking out, and then I'll know that they're looking at me, and then I'm looking at them, and then we know we're looking at each other. I am too young to think like that. That was a brain hurt. That hurt me to think like that. But I was too young to think like that. Like, we don't watch alien movies. We didn't, and things like that. But I knew, and I don't even know what age it was, but I knew looking out into the sky at nighttime that if I look any longer, then they're going to see me looking out and come and pinpoint me and take me. And I thought, God,
That's a bit like the Appalachian not looking into the tree line, isn't it? It's sort of like, it's a similar principle. It's like, don't look into the sky in case they see you, or you don't want to see what's there. And it's the same as like not looking into the trees just in case.
Mad. And we all kind of like, we all connect together, like, and someone said to me, oh, Jenny, that sounds like the Greys. And they said, what color? And I said, smoky gray, like a cigarette smoke color. And I say bright because of the moon was there. The moon was lit. It was a clear night. Stars, beautiful. And the moon was big, round, full moon. And I find that was the glow with them, that you could see them like that, I think. Wow. Oh, Lord, I didn't think I'd be talking about this tonight. I'm joking.
It's all right.
It brings that back to you, and when Phil was asking me about that, that's the first time anyone has ever asked me that question, and it's a good thing that, oh my God, is there something wrong with me? Am I connected to something? Now I'm gonna think, and nanu, holy crap.
You're not alone. That's the only good thing about it, is like, it's not just you that experiences these kinds of phenomena anyway. It's like, it's not just you. So it's sort of like there are other people that are this, because I've always felt like about like not looking. If you don't look, they don't know you're there. You don't, don't go down that rabbit hole, and then you won't get any attention from them. So they're obviously baiting you a bit anyway, by the sounds of it, a little bit. But
and make yourself. I know, baby. My dog is in the drawer beside me because she always stays in the drawer beside me. She can't be away from me. She's in the drawer. She's a small baby. But it's kind of make yourself as small as possible. They don't, if I don't call out a question, they won't know I'm here. They won't pick on me. They won't call me out. And then you listen back to audio, Jenny, like I didn't say anything. Don't pick on me. I'm in the corner minding my business. Leave me alone.
Yeah, it's when they know your name as well. When they say your name, it's a little bit disconcerting.
Love it.
Okay, I'm just going to show the people at home because you have got a Facebook page. I'm going to just show that quickly.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Just so that people know where to go.
I love that. I want to take a picture of that because my friends would be like, Jenny, I can't even find I don't know what my phone. Probably in front of me. That is me. That is me. I'm 9 years running this year. Emerald Isle is 9 years running this year.
9 years, wow.
9 years running this year. I'm in the field about 18 years. And about 9 years running this year. Yeah. I'm retiring every week, but it doesn't happen.
Never get to retire.
No. Even when I go to like a hotel and I'm like, I always take my recorders with me. I have recorders here. I've got recorders there. I've got bloody everything everywhere. What's in your handbag? A recorder. But I go to places and I kind of like, if I go to just a regular hotel, I look up the land and how old the land is and what anything behind it. I do. I take work everywhere with me. Everywhere. I mean, if we got paid for what we do, we'd be millionaires. And
you also got a YouTube as well. Now, I hope people kind of like, please just be like, go subscribe to Emerald Paranormal Research. Okay, give it a bit of support, show it a bit of love.
Thank
because when you've got genuine researchers, proper genuine researchers, they're like gold dust. They really are. So let's get behind them and sort of give them a bit of support.
I do tours and I do anywhere I go. Look, I'm back out in February with my very good friend Kieran from Paranormal Resident. He just said hi there in the chat there, and we're going out on the 13th and the 14th of February. The 13th we're just going to go exploring. So we're going to go live, and we do live, and when we get together, it's fun. It's funny, and I'm not one of those. I know one or two people that will buy people on YouTube, and I'm like, no, if they want to come and watch because it's real, it's good stuff. And yet there's 125 there, but they are, Karen. Oh, would you give over now? Give over there, Karen. Oh, she's a great crack.
What, Jenny? You sent over some video, which I'm going to play first. One of the first ones.
I'll just very quickly. Paranormal Resident. You just see there, Kieran. Right, this is him in the video with me, and this is This is like us obviously together. This is his work. We've been investigating together, and then the other two is Kieran's work on a night out in Redwood Castle. So he gave me permission to use these, even though we were working together on the night. These are his videos. So just to say that these are his, but. Do you want me to explain a little bit about this one?
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to play it, then I'm going to play it a couple of other times as well. So I'm going to play it about 2-3 times in total, just so that we can hear what it's saying. And if you don't mind, Jenny, just like kind of just clarifying what it is, and what's going on.
I would indeed, absolutely, yep.
Okay, lovely. Was it this part here, wasn't it? Was it the girl's voice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was doing what I was doing. Kieran is doing what he was doing. He had his camera on us and the spirit box was going. So you can see me kind of messing around with the gimbal and kind of getting my camera together, and Kieran was doing the same thing. Then we heard Jenny in my voice. So you can see the two of us heard it. Kieran doing his victory ballerina dance, which I'm glad he got that on camera. I'm glad, oh God, I had to dance. Yes. The dancing is the validation that we heard it. So, and I turn around and my mouth stays open for like catching flies for about, 2 and 3 minutes. For like 2 3 minutes. So I think the reaction of the two of us shows, and Hugh sitting on the chair there's something happened now, because he's from the north of Ireland. Did something happen now? And we were like, did you not hear it? Did you not hear it? And so you'll see me like, and you can hear the voice, Jenny. My voice is like a mimic. I know another team who got some mimicking there in this location as well, Redwood Castle. So he gets what we're talking about. But when I heard Jenny, you see myself and Kieran's reaction, that I look at him, we join hands, he ballerinas, and it's just kind of validation that we, from that room in Redwood Castle, that there is a mimic in the castle.
Okay, I'm going to play that once again. Now people sort of like fully understand what the event was, what's going on. Wow, that's quite good. I like that.
It's a great location. Great location. When I started off many years in that location, about 9 years now, 8 years, 9 years, and it was very slow to start off with, very, very slow to start off with, and now it's our hotspot. It's our hotspot. We're back in February. We could have gone to many other locations, but we choose Redwood Castle because we have a lot of work to go do there. I've got more audio to go through. Great stuff, and so we want to. People say you go back to the same place time and time again. Yeah, it's called research. It's not entertainment. It's called research.
Is it? Do you think it matters very much if there's a lot of paranormal investigator foot traffic that goes on? If there's quite a few groups that go to these locations, one after the other. Do you think it kind of? Natalie and myself were talking about this a couple of weeks back, weren't we?
Yeah.
And saying, look, she quite funnily, she said, yeah, they must get quite peed off with us. The ghosts must.
Yeah, I would say yes, there is a lot, but you can't stop it. And also, there's teams that go to many locations, or some locations that we go to, and they say there's nothing there, nothing, and then we go and say, well, we're back again, because we get a lot there. Depends on who you are, who you work with, how you work. And and then you get teams going thinking like there's nothing there, it's not haunted. It was a very quiet night. Well, they're not performing monkeys. They're not. It's like someone comes to my home, unannounced, and I'm like, nope, let yourself in, let yourself out. I'm not talking to you all night. And that's okay. You might listen back and hear me grunting. Doesn't mean I'm going to talk to you. I just kind of came unannounced. But I find the longer you go to a location, you build a rapport, a relationship. They get to know you. As long as I've gone to Redwood Castle, it's the only castle I've gone to that I didn't fear it at all. Right. I don't mind sitting in a room on my own. I'm okay with it. I do agree with Kieran there. I think Leap Castle is overfished. And the spirits are done with investigations, except Jenny, that is. Well, of course, Kieran. There is a lot of foot traffic in a lot of locations, but there are big locations here in Ireland that people will, like everybody and its granny and its aunt and its dog has been to Leap Castle. I find Leap Castle a fantastic place to go to. I've gotten great stuff from Leap Castle. I filmed for Discovery Plus for Spooked Ireland and for Leap Castle. And April gone, I filmed for Haunted Destination for, I forgot the ladies' names, but they're from Canada. So I did a great filming with them, but we didn't get it here in Ireland or the UK. You have to have a certain channel. And it's one of those shows that I've been the longest on, and I'm like, why can't we get it here? It's the longest that I've been on one of the shows, instead of like 5 minutes with Chris Fleming, it was just kind of like a matter of like half an hour, 35 minutes. I must get that clip and put it up and post it up because it's really, really interesting. I love it. But yes, I think there's a lot of foot traffic in locations, and some you don't want to say because you don't want them all to run to it. Some will go once a year. Me and Kieran or whoever else will go a few times a year.
Yeah.
A few times a year because, you know, and we do advertise it, but it's just letting people know we're going live, or, you know, those who want to watch, especially my friends in America, that they want to see the castles and so on. So of course I'll do it for them, you know, and going live. And then
there's a guy in the comments, Stuart from Paranormal Walks, and he does a lot like me. He goes out kind of, you know, in either a very small group or on his own. Do you think going as a big group helps the energy? There is a thought where, you know, with the combined energies of everyone together in a bigger group, it rallies more residual energy to come forward. But then there's the other side of things on the other spectrum where, you know, if it's like kind of you're a smaller group, maybe a couple of you, 2 or 3 of you on your own, then the entities come towards you because they like to one, play tricks, and they like the personal touch. Every time that we have, normally when we have a experience that happens to us, a profound experience, it's normally not in a big group. It's normally something that's very personal to us, very personal. So that's the way they kind of like work it. You know, they don't come up in a group of 20, shuffle through a load of people and tap you on the shoulder. They don't do that. You know, they kind of like wait until you're on your own. So I was just wondering, do you think a bigger group is like kind of better, or, you know?
Well, I was thinking that they always say size doesn't matter. It does when it comes to paranormal investigation. It does, because because I am small. I'm below 10. I'm below 10 people. I will never do any more than that, ever. I'm too. We work hard and we play hard. I do audio work, and I'm kind of like, don't breathe. Someone actually gave me a nickname of Hitler.
Making too much noise. It's like, stop rustling.
Yeah, I say, I'll call you at 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm doing audio and I hear, I just have to scratch my knee. And I don't know if it's a spirit, if it's someone, and I'm like, ring, ring to a big group chat. Are you okay, Jay? Who bleeping whispered? Who whispered? I'm very strict. But then I work hard, and I work many hours, and I work many days, weeks, months in getting the best. And if it's not good enough, it doesn't go up. And sometimes I used to put audio up, but then I don't anymore, even the best of the best, because people don't listen. So I'm thinking I could put it up. Some people will listen, a handful. But unless, you know, people will come in, and I don't mind criticism, give it to me. I will take it, as long as it's not rude or aggressive. No problem. But, and I love my audio. I don't always get it right, but I don't always get it wrong either. But I like smaller groups when it comes to investigation. It's just, I worked with big groups before, and I'm praying to Lord, Mary, Jesus, and Joseph. I'm gonna leap. So I'm all about smaller.
The other thing is, as well as, like you say, when you're trying to do EVPs and recordings, people don't realize how noisy they actually are. They think they're standing or sitting still, and they are not sitting still. Yeah. The jacket, I was about to say the jackets and the rustling, and it's like, for God's sake, sit still for 20 seconds.
What do we wear? Right, what do we wear in Jenny on investigations? What do we wear? Pajamas and slippers. No coats. Wear a blanket.
Yeah, no coats.
Pajamas. And I've been investigating before in pajamas and slippers. And I know when I get to Redwood Castle, the leggings come off, the pajamas go on, and the slippers go on. And if you do a live, woohoo, I'm in my tartan slippers. You know, it's comfortable. And we stay overnight, and the fire's lit, and we have a working kitchen. So we cook our food, or we'll get food, takeaway food, and it's a huge castle. And you're there by yourself. And the lovely owner, Kalisa, she's in her room. She's an angel. I love her. And we relax, and we know the zone. I mean, and people say, can I? And I'm like, do your thing. Oh, Kieran. Now, I know when me and Kieran were there in November, and I said, Kieran, you're hosting tonight. And bless Kieran, has never hosted at night before. And he was amazing. And I was so happy to sit back because I wasn't well. And I said, Kieran, where do you want us to go? And it felt so good to say that to someone. It really did. It felt so good. And he did an amazing job. And you'll be hosting the next one, Kieran. Sorry. But because we know, when people work together and if they vibe together, what you're going to get from the night. If you get one person that's off or being an arse or just being disrespectful and rude, and my God, have we all worked with them? And I'm fun to work with, but the one who called me Hitler was hard to work with. And I'm like, well, what you put in is what you're going to get back. So, and I like who I work with now and my work, and it makes me sit and concentrate. And we know when we say we're going to do audio now, excuse me, we're going to do audio now, we're going to do a call out. Everybody, my friends and Kieran's friends on the November investigation, you couldn't hear a pin drop. It was brilliant. We all got something from it. And there was about 8 people there, Kieran, about 8 people there, and everyone just got it. And everyone had an experience. That's the night that I want. And
do you think, Jenny, then, because I had a guy who's a scientist on, and he wanted to experience dogmen. He wanted to experience going out with dogmen. He said, Phil, next time you go out, I'll come with you. So I said, okay, then. All right. And I did go up to Cannock and contacted him and said, but he couldn't make it. But regardless, he is skeptical. So the point I'm making is, if you were to go out with a person that is a proper debunker, that don't, I personally don't think that there would be an awful lot of paranormal stuff going on with a person who had negative thoughts like that. I don't think stuff will go on.
You know what? I get the ones who believe and I get the ones who don't, and you have to agree to disagree with each other. But they can't say, no, it's not. No, it's not. When we say, we don't know, I'll go back on the recorder. And if they say, something like, say something touched him on the leg or something like that. And I'm not that person, but I always say, is it muscle spasm? And you have to think like that. Not everything is going to touch you. And is it muscle spasm? I'm not a debunker. I will research it. I will experiment again with it. I will ask the same question. I have done some, my goodness, there's one video footage that I don't have anymore, but it is part of my team, but I don't have that footage anymore because the person who was on my team took it away with them and blocked my face and deepened my voice on my own team recording. But it shows, and that's the part when we say power unity. Okay. And and it shows the experiment that I did in Lep Castle, where there was one person up in a room and I'm downstairs, and they have headphones and a blindfold on and so on. Not headphones, blindfold on, and I'm kind of mute myself, and I said, can someone touch XYZ on the leg, the left leg? So I get a radio down to say, I get the radio down about 10 minutes later, say, I've just been touched. And I'm like, where? And they said, on the leg. And you'll hear me through the radio, which leg? And they said, my left leg. And I'm like, that's what I wanted. And it was just brilliant. And it's things like that, how you that for me was something that was amazing. And anyone who didn't believe in it, that was a proof. But can debunkers and believers work together? They can if they don't bloody annoy each other. I think.
Yeah.
The important thing is there's 2 kinds of debunkers, though, isn't there? There's the ones that are curious and the ones that are closed-minded. And I think the closed-minded ones are the ones that just shut it off anyway, whereas the curious ones are, I'm looking for ways that it isn't, and then if I can't debunk that, then this is a possibility. Whereas like the closed-minded ones are like, no, anyway. It doesn't matter what happens or what, they've got an excuse for everything.
Yeah.
And I think those are the ones that shut things down more.
Well, I know one of them. We had a conversation one night, and they heard some great audio. But what if it's this? What if it's that? And I said, right, let me play another audio for you. And it was still clear as crystal. And they were like, no. I said, what do you want? What do you want? You have video footage. I want to sit down and have a cup of tea with one of them. Well, that's not going to happen in this lifetime. You're not that special. It's not going to happen to you. It's going to happen to someone who will be more open for them to come in. But they now know that you're being I was going to say, I'm trying to think of a nice word to say. You're being a pain in the behind, that they're going to say, no, why would we use our energy to sit and talk with you and have a cup of tea with you and tell you about their life? No, they'll go to someone like who has spoken to them, who believes, and who will say, who is very open and not afraid if they come towards you and say, right, let's have a talk. And I'm like, okay, hold on. Can I turn a recorder on? Can I put a camera on? And they don't go to the negative people. They just bring the energy down. They drag it down. They drain it. Yeah. So like Natalie was saying, if the ones who completely shut-minded and the ones who are open-minded to say, well, that happened, I can't make it out. We'll ask the same question, or we'll do the same experiment to see if it happens again. That's an open-minded debunker.
Yeah.
That's a good one, yeah.
I'm going to play another bit of video that... hang on, let's get this one up and I'll take it back. I'm going to put it on full screen.
Okay.
So I'm going to play it a couple of times, and then we'll have a word with you, Jenny, and then you can explain what's going on. Then I'll play it a couple more times. Okay, right. I could hear that voice.
Right.
What was it saying?
What we believe is, and Kieran got it, what we believe is it's Dada. Dada would be like daddy, yourself, Dada.
Yeah.
And then, so you have Kieran and Anthony gone upstairs carrying up the bags of logs, because like you can see the light, there's a flight of stairs going up to the logs are at the bottom, and there's like 3 or 4 flights of stairs to go up. So Kieran and Anthony were bringing up the bags of logs. Now, Anthony looked around, but Anthony's just looking around. If he heard something, he would have said it. So Kieran had his camera placed there. So what we heard was Dada, and then you heard the slapping on the tile. The floor is tiles, as if it's a child running. And
right.
And it told, oh my gosh. When I heard it, I'm like, boom, we got it, because there is a child there that we have never gotten the voice. Yeah. But I know, and another team knows, and I don't know how many other team knows about it, but we just kind of talk privately or keep it to ourselves until we do our research and so on. And it was just there. It was, you can hear the little footsteps running, Dada. And then you have Kieran and Anthony going upstairs, and it just completely jigsaw puzzles with that night, because we did the SS method, and it was all about the boy. All about the boy. And I have it in audio. Brilliant.
Very clear.
Isn't it amazing? Mm.
Very, very clear, that is. Yeah, that's some good audio. Very good audio.
Right.
And I liked it because that guy looked like he was part of your team. He looked like he was just packing up. Totally unexpected. Totally unexpected. He just turned around like I would. Be like, what?
That's Anthony. That? Yeah, that's Anthony. That's Kieran's in front. That's Anthony's, Kieran's partner. And it was Anthony's first night in Redwood Castle.
Oh, was it?
Anthony's the one carrying the 2 bags. Kieran's at front. And Anthony's looking at the pictures. It was his first time in Redwood Castle. Uh-huh. So he wasn't going to stay. He was going to stay for about an hour. But no, once you get sitting talking to me, he stayed for like half the night, most of the night. We just waffle, talking forever. But great crack. I'm trying to, I think he's working, and the night we're going back down. We're going to be Valentine's night there.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's lovely having you on, because this is the home of waffle.
Listen, I will talk the hind legs up.
This is it. Waffle starts here.
I would talk the hind legs off the donkey. I really, really would. You know, I'm very shy. But I said to my daughter beforehand, and I said, why do I always get nervous before I go on a show, even if it's my own show, even if I'm like, haven't been a guest on a show for a long time. So this is new for me after like, I don't know, a long time since I've been a guest on a show. And I'm entertaining. So people book me. I don't charge, like take me on. So I always get nervous before a show, but then shall we warm up and we'll talk my favorite subjects and then you won't shut me up.
Yeah, I have to admit, I'm like that. It just before like I come on, I'm just like a wreck, and my brain's like, I can't do this. I'm not social. I can't do this. Oh my god! Yeah. And then like, after about 5 minutes, I'm just like, Phil complains that you can't shut me up. So it's like it's like your brain just kicks in, and it's like mouth takes over.
Oh no! Is that bell working?
Yes, he's got a bell for me. He's not used it yet, but I've threatened to get a waffle because he waffles on. So I'm going to hold up a waffle. He's got the bell. So
I need a bell. I've got a bell just in case she goes into a tirade of like waffling.
I kind of need that. I do. I need that.
We all need bells.
Yeah, a bell's useful. Honestly, a bell is useful.
I need that. Anyone those big horns.
I love you to bits, Jenny. I was going to get you a bell though, because I heard you on another podcast, and my word, you can talk, lady. You can talk.
Which one? Which one? The show I did last week. My show goes on for 2 hours. 3 hours, 10 minutes later, we're still live.
I watched that one, and I was thinking, me and Phil, when we did the Dogman one, was it the Dogman or the? Yeah, it was the Dogman one.
The Dogman one. That was epic.
And I thought, we've got somebody else that does the same thing. We'll finish in a minute. Half an hour later, we'll finish in a minute. Half an hour. It's not just you.
I did a show. I normally do a Christmas quiz, and I didn't do one this year. But I for the last 2 years I did a Christmas quiz, and I always get my friend Robin Ramsey from New York. She's the quiz mistress, so she comes up with all the questions. The first and I have different teams on, and you all have to have your buzzers and bells. Each team has to have the same buzzer and bells. And the first year was great because the questions were multitude questions. The second year was all folklore of Scotland and Ireland, and we're like, what? We don't know any of them. We were embarrassment to our countries. We had no idea of the folklore. And if you see my light, my glasses shining, getting brighter, it's because I'm on the phone, and people say, Jenny, we can see the reflection in your glasses. It was hard. And I know PJ from Kotval won by 1 point, but that went on for like 4 hours. And then me and PJ were like 5 sheets to the wind by the time the show was ended, because it was Christmas and like we're having a few. Me and PJ, God, the next morning we were like, oh my God, you're pulling your tongue from your palate. Me and PJ were like 3 sheets to the wind at the end of that show, which was 4 hours long.
Yeah,
it was a great show.
I'm just going to go through some of the people that are in the comments. Remember, guys, if you've got any questions, which I'm sure you're going to have for Jenny, then we'll have towards the end of the show, we'll have a question Q&A. Okay, so all I'd ask you to do is just to put in capitals where you put like questions. So the capital Q, and then sort of like bullet, so that it could be picked up by Roxy on admin. That'd be a lot easier rather than trawling through, because there's quite a few comments. We've got Larry Luttrell, Ready Steady Retro. Hello, thank you for joining. Keith, we have Paranormal Resident.
That's Kieran. That's Kieran from Redwood, his videos.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, here we go. I totally agree. A debunker can really put negative spin on a night, but it's important to have a debunker, but a respectful one. Yes, I think that's right. Yeah, absolutely. We also have Drew. Hello, Drew Hollings. I mentioned you before. Okay, of course. I did see up here Naif as well. Let's have a look. Sorry, guys, there's a lot of comments here. Right, Drew Hollings, Kate, really steady Richard. Oh, Tobias Josephson. Hello, thank you for joining. Can't wait till we gather our show as well. It'll be brilliant. Yeah. Yeah. Let's have a look. Yeah, we've got Pamela. Pamela. Oh,
I know Pamela. Pamela never misses the show.
Eelman, yeah.
Never misses the show. Hi, Pamela, my love. Hope you're well.
She looks a lovely lady.
Oh, she never misses the show for years. She's never misses a show. Never.
Oh, really?
Oh, she's fantastic. She's fantastic. Yeah. My lives or every show that I do, she's always on. Even at the last 5 minutes, she's in. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's lovely.
I have the same. I have a little group of people, you know, that I kind of like. I have to put matchsticks on their eyes to keep their eyelids open, and I strap them to a chair, and I say, right, okay, you're gonna just sit there watching it, all right? And I go, no, Phil, no. Yeah.
My daughter, like, she said, "Oh my God, Mom, I'm watching a Paranormal on YouTube," and I'm like, I love that. Who are you watching? And she mentioned 2 boys, and I'm like, why aren't you watching me? These are investigators. These are investigators. She goes, but these are. And I'm like, what about me? She goes, your mum. Oh my God, really? A mum? Okay.
It's not the same.
Yeah, no, right? You know,
I think we're very, very lucky to have the people that we do have, and absolutely. I feel blessed. I do feel blessed to have and you have people that follow us.
You have the same new followers, but you have your same followers as well that you know them for the beginning, that they've started with you. I have Roger from Memphis as well, and you know he's been with me for about 9 years, and Roger and his wife who passed away, but they had watched me all the time, and you know the same people, you know, and it gets better because they're watching, because you know them, you know. Do you know? Does that make sense? You know, you have new people coming in. I love that, but you have your family coming in that you know for many years, and they don't have to watch and they don't have to support, but they do. They do.
That's what I always say. You know, the usual group of people that watch me, and I take my hat off to them. I mean, you know, I would struggle watching me, but you know, they are lovely people, and it kind of like coming on the show and talking and waffling on makes it easier, because they are like friends. They're really close friends. I consider them friends, all of them.
Yes, you know? I totally agree with you, and are comfortable. You know, I remember I was watching over, you know, when you do your lives and so on, and I like to watch over my lives. And oh my God, and I'm not going to lie to you, and I look at myself and I listen to myself and I say, Jenny, this is my own opinion now. I said, Jenny, you are freaking hilarious. You're hilarious. Yeah. Just the crap I come out with. And I'm like, did I say that? Did I do that? And I'm like, people have to listen to and look at. And I was like, oh my God, I make myself laugh. And that's a bloody good thing. And I'm like, and I kind of record it and send it on to my friend. And I said, look at that, listen to what I said. And it's kind of these random, but that's just me. That's just what you see is what you get. You might get something intelligent. You might get something not intelligent. Most the latter. Well, not the latter, the not intelligent. But I waffle. My goodness, I waffle. I think I need a bell fill.
Well, do you know, I don't know. I think it's just with us. I think it is just a case of, and when I waffle, I do tend to waffle about the subject, because and I think it's because we're passionate. We're so passionate about it, and we've had experience that we kind of have to talk about it. We don't go waffling on about the price of cheese down Tesco's, do we? We don't go waffling on about, you know, although it is exorbitant. I don't know how they can charge so much for cheese. I really don't. It's milk, you know.
Toothpaste. Did you see the price of toothpaste recently? It's cheaper to get dentures. You know, the price of toothpaste is like €7 or something like that for toothpaste. €9 for one of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have you found in Ireland that prices have gone like higher, rocketed up because it's Southern Ireland? You're Southern Ireland, aren't you?
Even when I see in toothpaste, the cheapest one is like €4 or something like that, and I'm like, oh my god! And then you go up to €7, €8, €9 for toothpaste, and I'm like, how do they do this? Even the cheapest toothpaste is not cheap anymore. And there's me, and yes, I go shopping, and yes, I look at toothpaste and look at the prices, and even soap or deodorant. Don't get me on deodorant. Oh my god, the prices of deodorant is disgusting. I'd rather smell.
Really, is it?
Yes, I'd rather smell. Oh my god, a bar of soap would do that.
Isn't it weird, isn't it? How like kind of, because I was told that Ireland for some things is really expensive, like cars. Cars in Ireland are meant to be mental price.
It's stupid prices. It's expensive. The petrol, the diesel, everything is. Ireland is one of the, I think it's the third or fourth most expensive country to live in. Dublin is don't go to Dublin. Oh my god, Dublin is like a tourist trap, especially when you go to Temple Bar. It's like €10, €11 for a pint.
Oof.
Yeah, no. Go take a picture, take a selfie of Temple Bar pub, pretend you had a pint in it, and go somewhere locally. It's cheaper and it's local people.
Yeah, I always like the idea. If I go somewhere like I love Wales, and I always go to the part of Wales where it's very little people and not touristy, and do you know what I mean? Kind of. Stuff like that. I prefer that sort of thing, where it's got a bit more folklore and a bit more like locals who tell you stories, about elves and fairies and things like that,
Yeah, you've done all the kind of travel. Like, I live about 50 minutes from Dublin. There was a time I wanted to live in Dublin, but no, my goodness, no. I'm preparing to move into the country, hopefully this year, that, to get away from people.
Right, yeah. I've got another. I'm going to play another little clip. I'm going to bring this up, Jenny. Hang on, we'll start it again. Hang on, I'll bring it back.
This is
right. Okay. Right. I'm going to put it full screen. Okay. Once again, I'm going to play it a couple of times, and then we'll have a chat with you and see what's precisely going on.
Awesome.
Do you want to play? 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 Do you want to play?
That was an interesting one.
Yeah, what happened? What was the lead up to that? Where were you? What was going on? What did you call out?
I was upstairs, and Kieran was down with his group, his family and friends. He was downstairs with them. I think he was in, Kieran, if you're still here, if you're in the prison room, I can't remember. So one of the girls was saying, "Do you want to play?" And then you have this other woman coming in who we don't know the voice. "Do you want to play?" Or just saying, "Larry, do you want it back?" But we heard like, "Do you want to play?" In a voice that we don't recognize, that wasn't there with us that night. So we haven't had that before. And this is why we're going back in February to get in, continue on to this.
Weird. I'm going to play it again.
Do you want to play? Do you want to play? Do you want to play? Do you want to play?
The accent is different as well. The accent is different. To me, that accent sounds a little bit of northern. Little bit of northern accent.
Yeah, I got that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got that.
Play? So we don't know who that is, but we do know that the females. Mm-hmm.
Now, Jenny, do you have EVPs, which is great. Do you ever come across such a thing as shadow beings?
Yes, I have. Like, you see shadows. Like, yeah. Oh, I have. Yeah. Yes, I have.
Go on.
Oh,
no. Spill the beans. Spill the beans.
I have to if I must. Okay. Okay, here we go. Up in Shane's Castle, you don't have to ask me twice. Up in Shane's Castle again, myself and a friend was late up. The rest of the group were down on the tunnels investigating. We were late up. So we're sitting in the car. I was going to say the car because we're up in the north of Ireland. We were sitting in the car and the toilet outside and the spotlight was on. So we got out and we kind of put a slip in the canteen door. That's where we'd set up and we'd have our teas and coffees and so on there. So we're messing about, kind of putting a slip in. So we called, sorry, we missed you and so on. But then, got back into the car and so on and so on. The ground is crunchy stones. So we're sitting there for about 2 hours because I think the founder was punishing us for being late up, only by a couple of hours, but, punishing us for being late up. And outside, there's a male tortoise here and the female tortoise there. And I looked out and I seen this solid black figure, my T-shirt, walking from right over to left, just slowly, no shoulders moving like you're walking up and down, just walking. And I seen the side profile, the head, the chin, the nose, the neck, the shoulders down to the waist, just walking by. And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, what? I said nothing because it took a few seconds to register and I didn't know how to say it or if I was going to, something like that. And then my friend said, did you just see that? And I was like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. What did you see, Susie? What did you see? And she said, I seen a waist and legs walking by. And I said, I seen the top half. Right? And these things happen. And I said, put the key in the ignition. And she goes, why? Put the key in the bleep, bleep, bleep ignition. Because my name's Billy Hunt, not Silly, the other word. And so I'm leaning towards her and I've got a pain in my eyeballs looking over because if I heard a crunch of the stones and someone looking in my window, I would have having to pay for valeting service for the car. Let's be real about it. So, and then I said it to the founder and I said, oh my God, we've seen this. And he was kind of like, he hated anyone seeing anything more than him because he was like an OG. And then he goes, meh, it happens. And we're like, whatever. That you would dismiss what we've seen because he just was annoyed because he didn't see it. And he was like, this, I'm not going to say, no, he's not getting the air tonight. So he just didn't like anyone else getting what he didn't get. And then before I did audio, we would give our recorders to him for him to do the audio work. And we would get our recorders back erased. So I'm like, that's my, okay. It took me a while to learn this. That's my stuff. You're erasing you didn't buy it. It's not yours. You're erasing my stuff. I'm so glad. I never knew how to do audio work, but you got to put one foot in front of the other. Learn. And if anyone doesn't know how to do it, I will show them how to do it. Learn. I will teach them or they will learn that you don't rely on someone else or depend on someone else for that stuff because I know that they take your work and so on. So if somebody said, Jen, I don't know how to do audio, will you show me? Right, we'll do a video call. We'll go through all of it. Own your stuff. And just teach them to learn, to do their own work, I would appreciate if someone did that for me or if I didn't know something like with Kieran is like a TV editor, I swear to God, and I want him to teach me how to do work, and my daughter who's like 15 does some of my stuff as well for me, bless her heart, she does, she's great at it. So, she's teaching me, but my focus in audio. So, yes. Yeah. Listen, you need a bell for me because you asked me a question and I tangent into something else.
No, that's great. No, I like that. That's good. I like that. That's fine because it's interesting. It's just like kind of it's and this sort of banter that we're having and with everyone else watching it's good because people that are watching are watching for a reason, and that is because things have happened to them, whether it be in a cryptid realm, whether it be in a paranormal realm. There's things have happened to them, and by sharing experiences and sharing intuition, about these things is a way of expanding and trying to get some truth. I have cameras, surveillance cameras on a property. I won't say whose property it is, for their own security. But
yes,
I find an awful lot of stuff happening now. I'm going to play a bit of film at the beginning of the film. It's about nearly 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes long. That's all. But towards the end of the film, I just want to ask people what you think it is that we're watching. At the beginning of the film, now what I've taken it's captured on a security camera, one of these ones that you get from Amazon. Yeah. So one of those, and it triggers. It has to trigger to come on.
Okay.
So something triggers it. All right. Hang on a minute.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Wow. I have written down a few things. Right to the left, and I was like, the question was windows on the side, and then it came up like if it was an external light, the room would have lit up. I had written down if there was a fan or an air vent, that something would have blown that out, and I did write down like the ball that was on the right and then was in the middle were the same size.
Yeah.
So this is why we always have pen and paper. I write down pen and paper and everything, literally in every room. But then when I seen that black shadow, and I'm like, that's the gold.
Yeah.
That's the gold. And I forgot you could still hear me saying, and I'm glad I said wow and not something else.
Yeah.
Because I always said something else. And that's the creme de la creme. That's the gold. That loved it.
Yeah, that I capture quite a few. Now, a lot of stuff goes on in the house, but there's somebody living in that house. Not all the while, but some of the while. And so the deal was, for their security, they said, "Yep, no worries, Phil. You can stick cameras up. You can stick." So I've got a lot of different types of cameras there.
Okay.
I don't have it in all of them.
Yes.
Because obviously of privacy.
Absolutely.
But, yeah. But when I know that if they're going to go away, then I will activate. Yeah, I'll switch on all of them.
That's nice. I'll be over. I'll get booking my flight. I'm coming over.
Yeah, that house is where that area is in a conservatory. So it's an old building, but the thing is, it's well out in the country. It's in the middle of nowhere.
Okay. Do you know how old that land is? Not the land, but the building.
Well, the building itself has been rebuilt. I believe that in that area there was some kind of a monastery or something in that area. Something going on there.
I love it. There's so much work to do there. There's so much work to do there.
Yeah, there was an old chapel or monastery or something in that area when I look back in the records. But bulldozed down hundreds of years ago, just like kind of. But yeah, so it's once again it's residual. Is it?
I don't know if Is that the first time you caught that?
No, I've caught loads of video. I've uploaded loads of video on the channel of same entities, shadow entities. I even caught some on video, put them on my channel, of them running around the windows, running around the outside of the building, and you can see from inside. You can see them running around at breakneck speed.
And you have that?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Breakneck speed. They're just running around. No, silent, completely silent.
What were they going fast? Were they going fast?
Yeah. No, I stayed in that place. I lived there.
Okay.
I stayed in there for a while.
Yeah.
And the gate, there's a side passage where it runs down between a garage and a house. So, and then there's a steel gate. Okay, which one of these old gates, which you open it, it's got a latch. You go that down and go,
real creaky one.
Yeah, real creepy one, So, but it has to have a physicality behind it to actually lift the latch. It's a heavy old latch. Yeah. So anyway, when I was asleep, I used to hear that latch go, and then it bang against the wall, which was the wall to the bedroom where I was sleeping. I was there alone, and you'd hear someone going down the side passageway. Now I got up and I'd stick my head out the conservatory window to have a look down the passage. Nothing, and the gate was open, but nobody there.
Do you think it's residual?
Sorry?
Do you think it's residual?
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? It's like there's certain things. I tell you, look, there's certain things which I don't get with the ghost thing. I just don't get it. I know it's there. I know something's there, but if let's face it, if they're dead people that have come back, then why don't we ever get people that have got stutters? Why don't you get an EVP of someone that used to have a stutter coming on the EVP?
Well,
and I'm not taking a mickey out of anyone that's got a stutter. I used to have a stutter.
Yeah. I mean, what they say is, and they could be a multitude of people, that what you have on earth is not what you're going to have when you pass. People who couldn't walk can walk. People who couldn't talk. Now, I will say there's something that I am doing, and I did research this to make sure it was not done in Ireland before. Yes, it was done in America in a college in 1989 or very early 90s. And it was done in that college, and then it was never done again. I did look it up to see if it was done in Ireland, because I know there's a few people out there, if you come up with something, they made it up themselves. So you got to copyright your shit. You got to copyright your stuff. So, and I'm not going to say how to do, I'll tell you privately how to keep your own stuff. So what I'm doing now, and I've tried this already with Kieran, is the sign language on investigation, sign language. And people say, Jenny, how do you know with sign language? I know the alphabet and sign language. My niece is deaf. So, I don't do sign with her. I don't have to, but I understand her. But So we do sign language. So people say, Jen, how do you get responses when you're using sign language? And there's many, many ways. You know, you have the lights, if you want to use your lights. You have a recorder, and then you have a spirit box. So I will start off the alphabet, and people say, how do you teach them signs? So I start off with the alphabet. So we go off A, B, C. That's it. And then you go D, E, F, or E, F. But you start off with the first 3 letters first, and you repetitively do that. So when I say, what letter am I holding up? And I go like that. And you wait for the spirit box or the light, or to say the spirit box or the recorder you want to get your words from. And if I say, am I holding up the letter A? And we want the lights to go off and things like that. It is a work in progress. We are recording it. We are noting it down. We're doing a lot of work with it. But and it's not like amazing breakthrough science. It's just something that's different that, you know, take away from what we do all the time and make something different. There's another one that we're going to be doing as well. We're going to do that in February. It's the I can never remember the name of it, but my gosh, did I go shopping for all the equipment? Let me find the name of it. Jennifer. I forget the name of it, but I know if I explain it, what we're going to do, you'll get the name of it. It's where you wear red goggles or red light. Do you know it?
Not quite night vision. Are you talking about like?
It's kind of like you ought to wear like ping pong balls, you know, and you have a red light and you keep your eyes open, but you can still see if a K2 went off or a thing like that went off. But you get shapes. Kieran, if
it sounds like a glaucoma test. You know, usually they have like a little ball or air shot into the eye, a little ball. Is it like a peripheral vision thing?
I'm looking for. Oh God, it's going to drive me mad. If anybody knows it, SPE. Okay, let me. I knew I'd always forget the name of it.
What does it do again? It's got. Oh, hang on! It's not that SLS camera thing, is it?
No, it's the. Oh, it begins with G. Anybody know what it is?
No clue.
My daughter will know. It's the
only thing I can think is if it's like red, it's blocking out certain light spectrums, so it could just be like a night vision.
I should know the name of it, but I.
Right. It'll come to you like later on, won't it?
Texting it all at 5 a.m. I remember the name. I remember.
That's what it'll be. You'll be in bed, Jenny, and then all of a sudden you'll just like rise up. Rise up, and you go, I don't know what it was.
You're all looking at the name of it. It's the Gansfeld experiment.
Say that again.
The Gansfeld experiment. So the use of red light and specific type of goggles for paranormal experiments is linked to techniques like the Gansfeld experiment and historical surroundings, certain night vision devices rather than scientifically proven for methods. So what you're going to see is, so you have the headphones on, you have the goggles on, you have the spirit box on, and someone else will be calling out questions and so on. So it's sensory deprivation. So red lens non-transparent goggles are sometimes used in a simplified version of the Gansfeld experiment, parapsychology test to check for extrasensory perception, ESP. The red lenses and light to create sensory isolation. So you get visions. So you won't get the sound, but you'll get visions. The infrared, yeah, that's the one. Aura goggles. And so it's night vision technology and so on. So you sit in a quiet room with a constant uniform soft light, often a red light, is preferred for atmospheric. Good night. So you wear non-transparent red goggles or halved ping pong balls. My daughter moved them from the table because I ordered them from Amazon because I'm going to start making goggles. And remain in this state. So to listen to white or pink noise through headphones to further minimize external stimuli. So remain in this state for the extended period for like 20 to 30 minutes and note any free-flowing thoughts, images, or sensations that arise, which are often mild hallucinations due to sensory deprivation. So I've seen a video of that, and it looks like, I won't be doing it. Someone else is doing it, but it won't be me. I'm just buying the equipment for it, but it won't be me. Well, I probably will, but it will be videoed and recorded and audio. So yes, I will definitely do
interesting. No, that'll be interesting. The goggles are interesting because I know I think it was a Vietnam War. I don't know, it's a bit of an urban myth. I'm not sure if it's true, but I've heard they had a new infrared, which were red. I think green goggles. I think they were. Anyway, this gunner in a helicopter, he was like kind of just like sat there, and then all of a sudden they started shooting, and the people on board the helicopter were like, "What the hell are you shooting at?" And he was like, "No, they're everywhere," and he could see these demons and stuff flying around the helicopter.
That's the experiment. I've seen it being done before, and I thought, oh my God, okay. So it's something that has been there before, and teams have been using it, and we each to your own, and do what you do. I do sign language. My go-to is the ITC with the phones. My go-to is that. That one of the audios that I sent on to you is one of them. No, actually, 3 of them is ones that I sent you from the ITC, which the phone's what we do. So what you do with what we do with it is you have your 2 mobile phones. I always find, and I don't know why, WhatsApp works best for us. So I will ring someone on WhatsApp. They will answer one different rooms. They put their phone on speaker. I put mine into speaker. Then I'll put my phone into a room by itself with a recorder, away from the phone so it doesn't interfere, and we'll go to another part of the building with the other phone, the second phone. Then everyone stays quiet, and then we'll call out quietly. So the phone is locked off in a room by itself, where we are all in the one room, and we will call out. And the response is brilliant. I mean, I love it. And I know it has been out back in the 80s or even before that. But I remember being in a location one night, and I said, oh my God, I've got a great idea. Let's use the phones. Little did I know that was before. I did not know that. So that I kind of got a little rap from people that I know, and, kind of been plonkers and saying, Jenny, and I'm like, well, whatever, did you do it before me? No. Did you do it after me? Yes. You're welcome. So enough of that. So things like that. But the ITC for me is fantastic. And some of the audio that I sent you has that on it from Lep Castle. One from another location. It's great.
I'm going to play some audio that you sent me as well. Sent me some links on SoundCloud. But just as a little, caveat to that, what you were saying about the white noise and that you're going to use. A lot of people tend to use the show, the Friday Night Files, as a bit of background white noise. I don't know why, but they do. So by all means, if you
I can use it for the white noise in the background. Can you hear me?
Is that Natalie again?
I keep pushing to see images. No, make it stop.
I'm having some sense mixing
I see anything. Well, I'm going to put on some. That's just me joshing.
No, I'll definitely use it. I'll video what has been used. But Kieran's like, Johnny, who are these people? I was like, say nothing. Just tell me what you see.
I've got the bell, remember?
Oh, yay. Oh, okay. I'll stay quiet. I love that picture.
Right.
Oh, yeah. This is in Lep Castle.
Okay.
That song always.
I'm going to play it again. All right, and then I'll play it again. So hold on. Here we go. Oh, hang on. I paused it because the music starts all of a sudden on this.
I don't know how to stop that.
Right.
See, it's always clear when you listen to it yourself.
Yeah.
Same.
There you go. But so what is that? What was that we're playing?
That was in Lep Castle, and I'm saying, if you want me to stop, you've got to tell me to stop. And then you have this male telling me to F off. And I have it looped. But he's saying, it's when I listen to it before I send it to you, it's very clear for me. But listen to it, hear it. I can still hear it. I know the music made you jump. I listen. Trust me, when I'm doing audio work and I kind of go through that, I don't know how to stop the music from coming in. But he was telling me to F off. I said, if you want me to stop, you have to tell me to stop. And then he goes F off. And that's looped by him telling me to F off. Which is like the story of my life.
People at home, all of these excerpts, if you want to check them out, do they have to go on SoundCloud, or are they uploaded on your YouTube as well?
They can go on to SoundCloud, and I will be putting these up on my YouTube now in the next few weeks. All of these will be put up on my YouTube.
Brilliant. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Right, I'm going to play this one again. Now we know what it was. I'm going to play again.
If you want me to stop, you have to tell me to stop.
Actually, yeah, I can hear it now.
Yeah, I can now. Now you've explained it. Yes.
So you heard the F, and then you heard the F at the beginning and the F at the end.
Yeah. I think I can now.
That's in the lovely castle.
And we've got another one. So that's the F off.
Yes.
No, that's the F off, which is good. Right. Oh yeah, hang on. Here we go. This is mill mount.
Now this is one that I have to explain to you. Now it's on for about a few. What it goes on for? How long? About 2 minutes. It's 2 minutes. No, 32 seconds. 32 seconds. This is the ITC. So the mill mount is a location I used to do for like 10, 11 years. I don't do it anymore. And this is like the ITC. The phone is downstairs in the kitchen. I'm upstairs in one of the rooms, and the kitchen's locked off completely. Now, I've been in that place for about 11 years. So I have known the people in that location it's 5-10 minutes away from me. I used to go to it as a child in school tours. And so I know the people there well, very well. So I kind of bonded with the guy in the kitchen, which the kitchen was at the bottom. Millmount Museum used to be a British Army fort. And Oliver Cromwell had broken through the wall to come in and destroy the town of Drogheda, where I live. So it was all Cromwell and his men, and they wanted Millmount, and they destroyed it completely. And then it was a British Army fort after that. Then it was a housing for people until the 80s. So this one there's 2 men now. Do you want to listen to it first, and then I explain? Because it's going to take a lot of. It's going to be a little screechy. It's going to take. Have you listened to it before?
Okay. Yeah, I have. Yeah, I'm gonna play it now for people.
Okay. Oh, I can't hear it on this side. It's muted.
Yeah, we can't hear it either.
No? Oh, hang on a minute.
Muted.
Wow. Bull, sorry. Right, let's take that back.
That was. We did a playback in the night. We did a playback. Sorry.
Oh, man, let's play again. No, that's what I want.
A lot of language in that one.
That is outstanding.
It's not wild. It's my creme de la creme one.
That is outstanding. That is outstanding.
Isn't it crazy? This is why I love this one. I love this one. Oh my God, have I got some of the, my goodness. You know, people say, Jenny, Jenny, send me over a few EVPs. 1,000 EVPs later. Send you over loads. But
Yeah.
I love it. But this one, will I explain to you a little bit about this one?
Yeah.
No, I won't. I'll leave you hang. I'm joking. What's been said? See that my fire's still lit, my tootsies are cold. So with this is there's two men in the kitchen area. There's the kitchen, so you have the main floor, you have the second floor, and then you have the kitchen area. It's all stone. Now, my good friend Tracy Day from UK, she came over to me one weekend, and I took her to Lep Castle and so on and so on, and it was a great weekend. And so I took her to Millmount, being one of my main base location, and she could tell me about that kitchen area. She's never been in the location before. You cannot read this up. I always say not all history is written in books, which is why we constantly go to the same locations and research. She got this kitchen area, and I couldn't believe she got what she got in. It was kind of a WTF moment, because it all fitted together after a while. And she said, Jenny, this man was killed down here. He had special needs, and the woman abused him, and so on and so on. Now, I have a daughter with special needs, so that changed the whole thing around, because I thought he was being malevolent towards us. I thought he was being malevolent. It turned out he wasn't. So at one point you'll hear, and that sound, you'll hear a man talking upstairs, but he's from upstairs. So you'll know the difference between the two males' voices. So what's being said at the beginning is all that noise, but then you'll hear, "Hey, Jenny, can you hear me?" Then you'll hear someone saying effing bitch. And then you'll hear another man saying, he's being obnoxious. He's being something I can't even repeat. He's being obnoxious. And then it goes, "Hello, hey, then Jenny, can you hear me? She murdered me." And at the end, effing bitch. So it's a bit of it's a bit there. So and that's how much I know that place that they say, and I'm like, oh my God. I got the first part of it for the first year, and then my daughter's friend came in and she said, "Let me listen to audio." I played this for her, and she goes, "Oh my God, I can hear murder at the end." And I'm like, I have this over a year. How can you hear murder at the end of it? I listened to it, and it all fitted into her. When Tracy said that she was murdered, the next wife said. So we'll listen. If you want to play it again, just
I'm going to play this one again. So people listen carefully to this.
Mute.
Hang on.
I don't know.
Sorry. Right, stop it. You know that voice, first of all, that
yes, that's him.
That's the entity, or
yes, that's him. He goes, "Hey, Jenny, can you hear me?" Then you'll hear a male, which is upstairs, which is why I say when it runs, yeah, shut up talking, but they don't listen. That's just a living human being upstairs that is talking. Then he stops for a second. He stops then talking.
Right, okay, here we go.
I love that one.
Now, do you know it sounds almost robotic again,
right? Absolutely. And most of the time we got that male talking, it would be like that. It would always be like that. But you knew it was the same person talking, because you knew it was the same robotic voice. So you can get a female and you will recognize the female. You get a male but doesn't ever come without the robotic voice. So when I hear it, I'm like, yep, that's Dave. That's Dave from the kitchen, because I call him Dave. That's Dave from the kitchen. I know I call him Dave, right? I just get these names popping in my head. I'm going to call you Dave tonight. So that's Dave. So then when you hear the male voice, if I put my hand up, you hear the male voice, that's just him talking upstairs with a female talking, and it goes for like 2 seconds. And then the rest of it.
Why on earth do these entities, when you capture the audio, and I've heard this myself, it's for instance, the well-known one, the Enfield poltergeist,
right?
Go like this. Yeah, my name is Bill Wilkins. Bill Wilkins, and I died here back in 1980. But it's almost got like a metallic tone to the voice.
Raspy, dry,
yes.
like 100 cigarettes a day, smoker, talker,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, right. It's just sort of it's not a natural kind of.
Yeah, the female voices. Like we heard the male saying "f off," and then when you played the one from Nep Castle, oh my God, that was the one that I played on Discovery Plus when I was doing the filming for Speech Ireland. And no, actually, I didn't put that one on. I didn't put that on that one. I actually put it onto the Canadian TV show that I did. So they have it, not the Discovery Plus. The Canadian one have it. So that's oh my goodness! If you didn't get anything else more from Nep Castle, that's the one that you want. That's the one, the gold ticket. But that one there, the Millmount ITC one, is the one that has people scratching their chins and WTFs and what is this? We did a playback in the night and we heard that. There's so many from that location that we had to check the basement to see that there was nobody had broken in.
Right, we got another one now. We have another one. We've got Emerald Isle Redwood Castle Priest Room, possible EVP. Yeah. Okay, right. Let's listen to it first of all a couple of times. Oh, hang on. Well, we would do if I hadn't muted. I always mute it because the music starts up soon after. I have
no idea why that happens. None.
Hold on. I'll do it again. Oh, hey, here we go. Right. Let's do it again. Right, here we go. Here we go. Oh, you honestly, ball ache. Right. Let me do it again. Right.
Ball ache.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah. See, I heard that girl's voice.
Okay. Right. There was a guy that it was his very first time in Redwood Castle, and he said, Jenny, will you come down? Jenny, you've been on this and you've been on that. It's the first time I ever said, oh my God, somebody wants to work with me. And, so I've never seen the most atrocious investigation of my life that I left with a migraine. It was the most atrocious investigation that I've ever, this person has been in this location for the first time only, ever. And I've never seen such horse shite in all my life. And it was terrible. It was disrespectful to the location that I know very well. And I just thought, what a crock of, and this is the time when I mute myself.
Yeah.
So then I heard this little girl as if she was saying, Jenny, as if to say, help me, he's talking. Jenny. And I thought, oh girl, I got you, girl. When I only heard that when I got home, but I had to leave. I was supposed to leave at 11 that morning, but I left at 7. I couldn't do it. I couldn't listen to it. I couldn't listen to that investigation again.
Okay, I'm just going to play it one more time for the people at home.
Okay.
Here we go.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Right, as if to say, what did it do, So it was kind of like, and I know that place so well. So do you ever get very protective of the people of the locations that you go to? Very protective. And I know I've taken people with me before, and I've seen them being very disrespectful and rude, and my location as my guest. And I'm thinking, where's my pen and paper? Never coming again with me. So I like to notes, the green mark or the red mark. No, and it's not because they're crap at what they do. Is that the one cramp?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. It's just that I don't have I don't have it within me to work with people who are being disrespectful, who've been stupid, who's been rude, who does not know the history, and just been singing and whistling when they know recorders are on. So no, that's why. And I'm sure many people are looking at it saying, well, I wouldn't work with her again, and that's okay because it's their show.
Yeah.
We're all good. We're all good.
Right. I've got also this one. Now, Leap Castle, 31st of January. David didn't want to sing a nursery rhyme.
So that's just notes that I kept for myself. I won't say what's happening, but
Are you okay if I play it?
oh gosh, yeah, absolutely, 100%. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, this is one of my favorite ones.
Oh, not that one. Hang on.
Of all the cows, one of my favorites.
All right, hang on. Let's stop that. I don't know why the music keeps, but that's the only thing with SoundCloud. It just.
Okay, we're going to sing a song for you. We're going to sing Ring of Rosie. Okay, Dave, take it away. Okay, we're going to sing a song for you. We're going to sing Ring of Rosie. Okay, Dave, take it away.
Okay.
That one. Oh, that bloody song is going to be in your dreams tonight. So,
that music is just. Oh, yeah. What was going on there? But just talk us through it.
This one was we were in the banquet room of Leap Castle, and we had the phone downstairs in the conservatory in Leap Castle. So we're all upstairs sitting around the table, and so as you hear me saying, we're going to sing Ring a Ring a Rosie, which is the nursery rhyme I sing in all my locations. And I said, okay, Dave, take it away. He didn't expect me to say that, so that's when he laughed, saying, "I'm not singing." Then you'll hear something like David, and then you hear a little girl saying, "Yes, David." Now, those little girls are very, very relevant to that location. You have Emily and Charlotte. They both lived there and they both died there. They will play games with you, but that's the first time we've captured her voice. We don't know which one it is. Is it Emily or Charlotte? But she says, "Yes, David." We did a playback when we had coffee breakdown at the fire. We all played it. I played it. We all sat around and listened to it at the same time, and we all got the same thing at the same time. We all could say what was being said. So female, but it's only recently that I get the David before she says, "Yes, David."
Okay, right. I'm going to play that again now.
Okay, we're going to sing a song for you. We're going to sing Ring of Rosie. Okay, Dave, take it away.
Honestly,
I love that song.
It does my head in there. Right, yeah, I can hear that. I can hear that.
So you hear her saying, "Yes, David."
Yeah, because once you've got the context, it's a little bit easier to figure out whose voice is whose, and then hear the bits in between or afterwards.
Yes. Right. And I'm always about, I'm always about, when you do the power of suggestion. So you see a color says red and green, and then they say each word, and then your ears hear it. So it's ear pareidolia. But sometimes it has to be helped a little bit. And I know people say if it's not a class A EVP, if people all can't make it out, well, it doesn't always work like that, but it is there. It is definitely there, but it doesn't always work like, right, ready, steady, retro, right? So you don't want to put the power of suggestion into people's minds, but it does need a little bit of help. Doesn't mean it's not a class A EVP if not everyone gets it at the same time. It is definitely there when you explain it a little bit more. So some you get off the bat and some you don't. Mm-hmm. But then you have class A, B, and that's what you deal with. The C is there, but you put them into file.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some are more obvious than others, aren't they? I mean, some you could pick out without even knowing, and then others, like you say, the very first one we did, there was the clip at the end, and I was listening to that thinking that was EVP and completely missed the voice just before it. And when I realised it was the clip repeating, and then all of a sudden it was like,
yeah, and
You have to listen a few times anyway to sort of click into it.
And it's so much easier when I know what I'm hearing and say if this audio, and then I know when I've been on shows and I've done EVPs and so on, and sometimes I don't get it. Sometimes I don't hear it and it has to be explained. But when it explains it, then you can understand it. So it was heard, eventually. And yes, Class A EVPs are brilliant and they are there. It just takes a little bit of help. I know when we listened to that around the fire in Nep Castle on a break, we all got it. We all got the, and David was like, oh my God. All David wants was someone to say his name or touch him. That's all he wanted. And I said, David, we're going to go back upstairs and you are going to sing Ring a Ring a Rosie, which didn't happen. But I will get him down to Left Castle again and I will make him sing Ring a Ring a Rosie.
But part of the problem is the history as well, isn't it? When we go digging about for the history of a place, it's just sort of like very vague or not there. I mean, it's kind of like when I go digging around for the history of that Ellen's house, it's only what locals have suggested. So I've got nothing proof. That it was a mortuary there or anything, but it's just what locals have suggested. So you kind of like have to go on that. You kind of take that suggestion on board, but I don't take that as being, absolute. That's it. It's like the castle. When you go to the castle, maybe what you're experiencing goes back further than before the castle was there.
It was the Normans and it was the Carroll's clan, and they were very, very vicious clan, and they would fight against each other and they would kill each other for that. Even the brother. You had Thaddeus and Tig in the bloody chapel. One of them was a priest. I think it was Thaddeus who was the priest. I could be wrong. Anybody who's watching who knows it, don't lecture me because I'm too tired and I'm not in the mood. I don't know which name is which. I know it was one of them. So anyway, the priest was saying, the brother priest was saying mass, and the other brother was so annoyed that he started without him. So you have people in this chapel, and then I'm going to say Thaddeus, I'm going to be totally wrong, went up with his sword and killed his brother, and that's why it was called the bloody chapel. And then you have the oubliette in the bloody chapel, and that alone now, oh my gosh! Now you can get into it. You need a ladder to get into it. It's just a square. And the oubliette is obviously down. There's no way. There's one way in and one way out. That is it.
Right.
So there used to be spikes in it. So they would be.
Can you drop a camera? Not a camera. Can you drop like a trail cam down there? Would they let you like put a trail cam overnight or something?
You can do, yeah, Sean. It's very easy. When there's birds nesting, when there's owls nesting, and so on, they're very protective. So we cannot go into it. We don't upset them. But you can look down into it with your torch. And you can put your recorder into, say, like a fish, not a fish bag, a sock net bag, lower it down into the oubliette and leave it running. And as long as it's tied to something else that you can retrieve it and leave it running. Yeah. Or you can put a camera down. But how the camera is going to be fixed and so on, unless, the ground at the bottom. I've seen a chair down there at one point. So someone was sitting in it. When it's not breeding season, we can go down into it. I haven't been down into it in all the years that I've been there, but I have every intention of going down into it. So yeah, I do. Oh my God. I think I had the most traumatic year last year that I don't like to fly, but I've flown twice in 6 weeks of last year. And people say, Jenny, how are you flying? How are you flying? I'm like, it's called trauma. So for me to go down and sit in the oubliette, no problem until it comes to it. But yes, to put a camera down into it, yes. We did have an option before in February's investigation. Are we going to go to Cumber House? Are we going to go to Lep Castle? Are we going to go to Redwood Castle? And we've picked Redwood Castle. Now, Lep Castle is the infamous castle in they say Europe, but I think there's loads of infamous castles in Europe. Loads, not just one. But Lep Castle is what they say. It is exactly what they say on the tin. It is everything and more. I adore Lep Castle, and I commented on a TikTok page the other night saying Lep Castle, and I said, "Oh, my second home." Somebody commented and said, "No, it can't be. Someone's living in there already." And I'm like, "I'm too tired for this. I know someone lives there." Just kind of
has it got no security there? No security, nothing like that.
The owners live there. Sean and Anne live in the castle.
Oh, right. Oh, okay.
They live on the land. They live on the land. They live in the castle. You will have people calling every day. You will have tours from America going into it. You'll have people coming over on a tour from America or the UK or Scotland, wherever they're from, and they'll knock on the door from 10 until 5 that evening, knock on the door, Sean will bring them in, give them a tour when they want to go upstairs and you do their own wee look around. I've saved a team in the UK €800 by saying €800 I've saved them money by saying, go down to Sean, knock on the door, he'll let you in. So they didn't have to do an online investigation and spend €800. They just had to give him a donation and then they got to do a little investigation by themselves. Yeah. Did I get thanks for it? No, I got an opposite side from it. And I thought this is when you kind of, don't be stupid in the paranormal when people help you in locations and don't be blasé. And then I know they wanted to book in Redwood Castle again. And I said, I'm not your PA. You ring up the owner and you do it yourself. Because if you bite the hand that feeds you, and I know the people at the locations, then don't do it. So it's all about don't be stupid in the paranormal. Everyone's doing what they want to do. No one's an expert. We're learning all the way. I'm still learning. Trust me, I'm still learning. And I just love EVPs, and that's my forte. I don't always get it right, but I still learn, and I have a big passion into it. So that's my cat. So just be nice. Just kind of don't be stupid to each other, because everyone, paranormal is not the be all and end all of every day of our lives. We've got other things going on. Just don't be stupid paranormal. We don't need it,
No. It's something that you can't leave alone. It's something that, if you give it a rest and you think, I've got to give it a rest, because it's like demolating. There is no answers. I'm just going around in circles. You give it a rest. You always come back to it. You can't help it. It does take its toll on you though, Jenny.
You got to
I literally, I am only 32. And you can see, I don't know what you're laughing for, Mosely.
I was going to say, who's your doctor? What? You're 32. Yeah. And I'm 21.
I wasn't laughing then. I wasn't laughing.
Well, yeah, you were mute. Yeah, you were mute. We couldn't hear you. You're mute. I do audio. I can hear him. I hear him laughing.
Yeah, you're lovely. You're lovely. Honestly, I don't believe half what people say. Right. Okay. I'm gonna got this one here. Let's have a look.
When you said to me, send me over some audio, tell me how many, because I'll give you a buckload.
Yeah. I'd like that. I've got to come out. I've got to go over and see you.
Behind Ireland, there's many places to go to.
Yeah, I've never been to Ireland. Never been.
It's an hour's flight over.
Yeah.
It's an hour's flight over.
Yeah.
And it's great pubs as well, and we have great crack, and and then we have me, and I'll dress in green.
Yeah, I don't do drugs.
No, we do dinners and whiskey.
Ice cream.
Right, I'm going to play this. Hang on. I'm going to play this. Let's have a look. Leap Castle 31 ITC male voice green room. This is the last one. Let's have a look.
I think so. Yep.
There's been no noise in the room.
What the hell?
See, I don't know what he's saying. That song is going to be
let's stop that music and play it again.
We're going to my dreams. That little clip of music is.
I know.
Halfway through the night, I'm hearing voices and then the music
starts. Longer. It's very 80s. It's very 80s. I got him from TikTok, and he's very 80s, and I just love him. Sorry.
Oh, did you put that music on?
I know. I kind of listened to it on SoundCloud, and now it just won't go away. I know, and it's very 80s. Oh my god, you should listen to the full song. You'll like it.
No. I do recognise, when they've got these competitions where it's like, it used to be on the radio, didn't it? The first 2 to 4 or 5 seconds of a song. I think it's on BBC Radio 2 or something. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, if you
I won a holiday to Canaries on a Friday night. I was at like 18 or 19, and I won a holiday to Canaries in a nightclub, and the DJ wanted 5 mad and crazy couples, and I grabbed my boyfriend at the time. I said, "Come on, you're coming on the floor with me." So there was 5 couples on the floor. There was 5 couples on the floor, right? And the floor was emptied, and there's 5 couples on the floor, and then they played about 8 seconds of a tune of a song. Well, let me tell you, we were the last two couples, right? Me and himself and another couple. And we thought, oh my God, because I answered all the music questions because it's not a song that I don't know. You can give me a song and I'll know it. Well, they played La Bamba for this other couple. And I thought, oh, that's it. We've lost. The couple did not know what the song was. All they got was, and everyone's like screaming, La Bamba, La Bamba. And then they didn't know it. Then, I know, right? And then I was like, who doesn't know? Who doesn't dance at La Bamba? And what happened? And then, so they got the song because people were screaming La Bamba. And the words came in. And I said to the DJ, now, come on now. In a real Irish accent, come on now. I said, disqualify them or play a different song. And he said, okay, you're right. Anyway, so he played another song. Thank God it was their song, because I didn't know for the first song. And of all the rounds we had was the song that I didn't know, but it wasn't my round. Anyway, they didn't get it. We won. So he said to us, so you won a prize. And I thought it was like, the next hour free at the bar, make use of it. But it wasn't that. He said, do you have time off work? And we were like, yay. It was a Friday night. I worked for a nun in an office. I'm not going to be able to contact her on a Saturday because she's probably off somewhere in Knock or Lords or somewhere. I couldn't get in contact with her. So he said, do you have time off work? We were like, yay. Do you have money? Yay. No, we're spending the last £10 in our pockets right now. Yay. Do you have passports? Yay. We had no passports. He goes, great, you're off to Canaries tomorrow evening. Oh, thank you. I could talk all night, don't tempt me. We had no passports, no money, no time off work. We got passports, we got money. I didn't ring my boss, who's a nun, and we went off to Canaries for a week. And it was great. All because of sake of music, But anyway, I'll stop waffling. Everything Natalie said she was true.
I know, it's the quietest I've ever heard Phil for a while, actually.
Because it's the conversation's flowing, it's going, it's then it's sort of kind of, I don't have to sit here and waffle, do I? It's great. And it's interesting. For me, it's interesting because all of this that Jenny's mentioned has gone in, and I align so much with Jenny's way of thinking when it comes to.
I love that. I love that. It's nice to be appreciated and understood. Oh, come on, you stop now. Look at me. I'm all gone blurry now. I look better when I'm blurry. I do. But it's nice when you work so hard and people understand you and they get it, and it's not a competition. It's real life, and it's real how people really work. You're not waffling, Jen. It's been lovely. Oh, Sasquatch. I can never say that Sasquatch. I can never say it. Do you know there's a word you can't say?
I had trouble with it for ages, and it was told to me the proper way of saying it. It's Sass and then Quatch. Sasquatch.
Sasquatch.
Quatch.
Yeah,
Quatch. Yeah.
Sasquatch. See, I'm gonna get all my S's. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, sister. Kate, hello, Kate.
Right, let's see if we got any. I don't know if we got any questions. I'm not sure. Let's have a look. Let's see. Let's have a look.
Just listen to me waffling.
Yeah. Let's have a little look and see if Roxy, is there any questions that came up? If there is, just put them up. I think to be honest, I think
it's good to work.
Explaining things so well.
What?
Yeah, you've been explaining things so well.
It's my passion, and I love that people get it, and like you get it, and Natalie gets it, and we understand, and then you'll get to and you get so much egos in saying I know this and I know that, and I'll be saying like, oh my God, please ask me a question that I'll understand, because I don't know everything. I really don't.
No,
I love what I do.
Nobody does. No. No one does. We're all kind of like, it's all just piecing together. No, I think we're okay on questions because, to be honest, yeah, I can't. I mean, Roxy hasn't brought any up, and I had a quick flick through myself because, what question can you pose? It's a bit like me, really. What question can I pose that you've got such a command of the whole paranormal from the point of view of research? You really are exemplary. I've met a lot of researchers, and a lot of them are good in their own right, in their own niche.
I'm like, me? You're talking about me? And I'm like,
you.
Really? Because wow, thank you so much. That is,
you're welcome.
wow.
No.
My goodness,
I say it as I see it.
Thank you. That, oh my God, it makes the work. Oh my God, don't make me emotional, because I'm emotional, for crying out loud. Don't make me cry again and live. That's what I seem to do.
No, it's good. No, the more you can cry, the better. It's good for views.
Yeah,
so
we clip the reel.
Yeah,
yeah. And it's great. It's lovely that my work hasn't gone in vain, and I don't think I've had people say nice things, but that was just lovely. I mean, thank you.
Even with the EVPs that I've heard, and I've heard a crap load of EVPs over the time, but yours, that there's a couple in there which were just amazing, really blew me apart.
I live with it, yeah. I would go for a week to get the good pair of headphones, and I got a great pair of headphones. I mean, my daughter took a video of me, and I'm on my desk, and I have the headphones on, and she took a video of me and showed me, and I'm listening here like this, and then she goes, Mom, and I didn't flinch once. I can hear nothing, and I love it. Many times I've woken up in this desk, and my arms were like this, and I'm asleep, and the audio is still running, and my arms are like rigor mortis, and I'm like 20 minutes like, oh, is this what it feels like when you're dead? Because I couldn't move my arms, and my audio was still running. And I'm like, oh my God, where did I fall asleep on? And I'm like, now I have to start again. Yeah. And now after this, I'll be doing audio now. After this, I have to continue off my Redwood audio.
Vivi Steady Retro has said, have you ever been spiritually attacked in bed?
No, I have not, thankfully, because I would lose my life. Literally, I would lose my life, and I'm glad it never happened, and touch wood, it doesn't happen. I watched a movie when I was younger. The Haunting. It's called The Haunting, where it was a true story, and she was attacked in bed all the time, and it just stayed with me forever. It was a horrible movie. It was very upsetting. Oh, hello. It was kind of like, I'm glad to say, no, I haven't. And I have chihuahua sleeping on the bed with me, so they know better. Don't come near me. I got a chihuahua beside me. Don't do it.
Have you got a chihuahua as well, have you?
She's in the drawer. You just should see her. I have 2 chihuahuas, and I have 4 dogs, 3 cats. And my soulmate chihuahua passed away last July, and it's been a crappy grieving time because she was my soulmate. But my little dog here, my little chihuahua, who's lying in the drawer, in my desk drawer, because she's that small, and she has to be right beside me, has saved me because I miss my other dog and so on. But she can't be without me, and I can't be without her. So, and she's just in the drawer beside me, and she's lovely. Do you have a chihuahua?
Yeah, I have got 2 Jack Russells, but one is half Chihuahua, Basil.
Jackawa.
Yes.
I work with dogs. I'm a dog groomer, and I study animal psychology. So
yeah, and he's got the smallest little legs, but he's got that Chihuahua mentality, that slightly deranged kind of, like too much sun on the brain or something, but slightly deranged, so and the tongue hanging out, the tongue hangs out.
My one there is her tongue sticking out. Let me see, Harry. Tiny little bit, but Hope's now a picture in front of me. Hope my Chihuahua is tattooed on my arm, and her paw print and her name.
Oh, bless, lovely.
And then, of course, I'm wearing her ashes. Yeah, Ashes here, and then my other collie. But yes, yes, I work with animals and so on. I love all of that. But I mean, I was in the pet shop today, and 2 big dogs came down, and I picked up my dog, and they said, "Oh no, they're friendly," and I said, "Yeah, but mine's not. Mine's an arse. Mine's a bit of an arse." Natalie, you were going to ask me a question there a second ago. Sorry.
Yeah, it was just while you were talking about EVPs, when you were saying about falling asleep to them. I used to find that when I was running through EVPs that I got, I used to almost go in an altered state of consciousness. So I was just going to ask you if that happens to you when you're running through the audio, because I don't know whether it's because you're tuned into like listening to spirits, so it puts you in that state. But it didn't freak me out exactly, but it was very odd when I took the headphones off again, trying to come back into the real world.
Right. Yeah. The noise stops, everything stops, and you're kind of thinking like, oh God, I need a break for a second. I need like a 10-minute break. You need a break. And I remember I had Todd Bates on my show a few weeks ago. He was saying, take a break every 5 minutes. And I'm like, Todd, no, you don't take a break every 5 minutes. Take a break. I'm like, what, every 5 hours? Or did you say hours or minutes? Because like, no, I couldn't do that. No, I have to continue on for a long amount of time. And I know I'll be doing it tonight because I know I have to get the redwood. But you're kind of sitting there, and I'm sitting here with my headphones, and I put my head down, and I look at the wave pad so I can see if there's any spikes in it. And then you'll see some, but they're just kind of a knock in the room, but nothing to report or anything like that. And I will put labels underneath to say, go back. And I put pen and paper down, date, time that I'm doing audio, location that I'm doing it, the number of wave pad I'm doing it on, and the number of the bar where I have to re-look back in that audio because I didn't get it right, but I need to continue on with the rest of it. I need a PA, please. I need a PA. I'm tired.
That is the only useful thing I can think of for like a little AI android to be following me around. That's probably the only time I would find it useful is to go, Nat, you need to be leaving the house in 10 minutes. Nat, you need to be doing this. It's like switching the thing off while I'm zoned out on it. But
everything's written down on my phone. Everything's written down on my phone to do.
Paranormal Short Sessions by K6964. Hello, mate. Says, I have not had any luck with receiving any EVPs. What type of equipment do you use?
I always use the Olympus, and I've used many different recorders, but I will use like this one here I have gotten recently, the Garmin. That's just a speaker I have on it. Very, very, very clear for playback. Very clear for playback. It's great.
What one is it? What is it? What one?
Sorry, it's the Garmin. It's the Zoom. And it's quite good. It's brilliant for it's very crystal clear when you're doing your audio work. But this is the one that I always go to, is the Trust the Olympus. I love the Olympus.
Yeah. Olympus, I love it. Yeah.
Right? I love it. I love the Olympus. And I've used Panasonic and Sony, but when you just know. And the first, I still have the first recorder I've ever used. Donkey years ago. And it's in retirement, but I still keep it because I love it. But the Olympus, the Olympus is the one to go with. And then a friend of mine, what do you think of these as well? I love the Olympics. I love it.
Yeah, and Olympus, brilliant. Really good. I've got the WS 852, I think it is.
That's a good one. I love the Olympus. These ones here that a friend of mine gave to me, but I never used them because they're very scratchy.
Oh, analog. You got analog.
Yeah. And I've a few of these. I've got a lot of these that I don't use. I just use cassettes. They're very. Unless you're doing
have you had much luck with the analog ones, the magnetic tape?
No, I haven't used. I don't even know what those ones are. I haven't seen them. I'm just like old school with this. Which one are they?
Those, you got them. You just put it up. You show them. Yeah.
I just call them cassette ones. I've never used them. I've never used them because they're very. just taken in a friend of mine bought all of these off eBay and said, Jenny, I'm not going to use them. Do you want them? And I'm like, well, if you're not going to use them, I'll get fresh cassettes. This obviously was taken in played in a pub or whatever. You couldn't use that.
No, but it's a way like a lot of paranormal investigators are going back to I know with the GAPS teams with Susan, she's going back to using like Polaroid camera instead of a digital camera. Same with analog, because it's magnetic. It's a magnetic pickup. And what it records is what it records. There's no with digital, it kind of like it takes the signal, so it takes the sound from the microphones. Yeah. Then it goes through a little processor to process those sounds onto the SD card. So it manipulates them slightly. With magnetic tape, there's no manipulation. What sound it picks up,
and I have a few of these, but I just need to get new cassettes for them. But because of the playback that I got from this, it just kind of turned me off it a little bit. And I always call them cassettes. I never call them magnetic. I just call them cassette tapes. And they're great for playback, but not for downloading.
No. This is my go-to. The Olympus is the go-to. I've got to be honest. I don't have a magnetic tape recorder, but this is my go-to. Only because it's convenient. It's easy. It's convenient for me, and it's small.
Handy. And then you just because I'm very much about downloading, and so if I get something on the cassette recording, and I'm like, I can't get that on my computer. I can't get that to download. I can't get that, so I'm going to have to put it up as a note to say that we do have it.
Yeah.
And I can't download it. So I'm kind of, unless, of course, which is the normal thing to do, is to have a normal recorder running and then your cassette running at the same time.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll pick up. Even on my arm, I've got a wave pad. And someone said to me, Jenny, that looks like a Tesco barcode. I can go and go beep. And then I got this ghost done, and I had to get it all covered in because someone said to me it's like the Virgin Mary. And I'm like, oh my God. So I had to kind of go and get it covered in. I know.
Oh, that's nice. I like that. See, I like tattoos where they mean something to the person.
I have a lot. I have a lot of tattoos.
A lot. I want more. I want my back done, but I just haven't got the money at the moment to get it done.
It's expensive.
But, I want my back done.
500.
Yeah, I got that one. I got that one, which is only God can judge me.
Amen. I love that one.
This one is a bespoke one. It went a bit haywire, a bit wrong, but on the whole, it's basically Archangel Michael killing a demon.
Oh my God.
Is so metaphorically, it was like in my past, some of my demons I put to rest. I killed off. I put to rest. So it means, and I've got other little ones as well on this arm.
They mean something.
Yeah, all means something to me.
My phoenix, and I want to get more done to it. I want to get flames on it. My phoenix, because have I gone into the ashes? Have I risen? Yes, and you.
Yeah.
I've risen. And I was like, she's gone. She's in the fire. She's in the ashes. And then I end up going, what? I come back. I'm the phoenix. Now, run and hide. Oh, my dog has just woken up. Hey, no, baby.
Yeah.
And then hide. Look.
Oh, very steady retro. Thank you very much. That's Michael is amazing. Yeah, it was usually tattoos they get like a template. They stick a template on and then they go round with that. With the with this one, it wasn't. It was actually bespoke done.
Beautiful.
That's why there's one part of it where you got the leg wrong, so a leg's sticking up instead of a hand. But on the whole, not bad. Not bad.
Nice. I like it. You can see it.
Yeah. And it's funny, when you look at some Archangel Michael. So when you look at Archangel Michael, it looks like a girl almost. Got a short, like a skirt on.
Yes.
And it he looks like they're kind of like hermaphrodite.
I know. Excuse me, my throat.
Yeah. So
I
agree with you, the Olympus.
Love the Olympus. Someone was asking me, was I an empath? Oh, paranormal short sessions. Are you also an empath?
Oh yeah.
Kind of, but I don't know. Kind of. I know, I'm kind of thinking, how do I word this? I mean, when I go into buildings and so on, say castles, and I know my American friend said, and I say, I'm going to a castle this weekend. Oh my God, you're going to a castle. I'm like, yeah, another one. We get so, not bored of it, but we're going to all the time. I got a castle here. And I'm like, no, you don't. No, you don't. You need to come to Ireland, and the UK and Ireland and Scotland. We have castles. But do you ever go into locations and touch the walls? Or is it just me? I don't lick them.
No, I do things like that.
So you touch the walls, and then you put in your brain of that life. And therefore, to me, I think it opens up yourself. It even if it's a tiny, tiny, tiny little thing, but it opens up to let something in. Does that make sense? I don't know if it does or not. That you kind of visualize it. I remember my brother got married, and his wedding was in Cabra Castle. So Cabra Castle, I was walking down these beautiful stairways, and I'm holding on to it's a round staircase going down. So I'm holding onto the walls and brushing my hand on the wall on the way down. Visualizing in my head, I had this beautiful big dress on, and I'm like, oh, I've been called for dinner. And I don't want to go for dinner, but oh my God, I'm being called for dinner. But I lived there. So that I left my bedroom, and I'm walking down my flight of stairs that I lived in that castle. No idea why. I didn't have a glass of wine yet. And I just kind of played that in my mind. It was just one of those things. An empath, I think I touch and talk. Yeah, I touch and talk. Me too. I really do. But I don't know. I think when it comes to women and children and investigations, I'm very much an empath. Very, very much. I have a daughter with special needs. So when I've investigated a workhouse, and they had that word I won't even say. They had that ward for children with disabilities, and they were left in that ward, and they were chained to the walls and whatnot. I was angry. I was very angry. Oh, that's a great question. That's a great question.
Do you feel that EVPs? Do you feel the EVPs that you receive are residual energy or an intelligent ghost or spirit? I read the questions out because this goes out on Spotify as well, so people sometimes they can't see us. So I have to read it.
Yeah, absolutely spot on. Absolutely. I believe they are both. I would get 60-40, 60 intelligent, 40 residual. And I have gone through all of my audio and the answers. And when I work with people, I make sure and I let them know before we start an investigation that when we are doing a playback, when we're doing an audio session, I will let you know. But the recorders are always running, so be careful of what you say. No whispering. But when we're doing a session, I will let you all know we're sitting down, we're silence, we're doing a session. And kind of keep it as quiet as you can. If you knock a chair, or you knock your arm, or you sneeze, or you move your jacket, tag it. And I'll say 11:42, a chair being knocked by one of the guests. Tag it. So therefore, I'm not going through it for hours and hours. And then anything that's a knock, we put it down to the building. We don't always, but we ask, can you do that knock again? Sometimes you get it faintly, sometimes you won't. Is it residual? Is it a building? We don't know. But with the intelligent answers, when I asked a question tonight, the audio that you played, if you want me to stop, you have to tell me to stop. And then you get the reply of F off. So kind of basically, he's telling me, obviously, as we all know, I don't have to tell you to stop, just F off. There's your answer. So I would say there's more intelligent that I get, and they are the excitable ones, really.
Jenny,
Yes.
Just to add to that, have you it's in two parts really, this question. The first part is have you ever had a EVP that is personal to you? saying something which is only you would know? And secondly, are you frightened at the prospect of that?
Well, yes, again, you are amazing with your questions, because yes, I did. I really did. And that's when I thought I was going to end it, not end it as in finishing, audio. I was not going to do it anymore. I just thought that I was going to finish doing paranormal completely, because I wanted to end doing investigations, because it got personal to me. My friend had passed away many years ago, and I'd always said to her, listen, when I go and visit you, this is who I have with me. I want you to tell me who I have with me. And I'm not going to annoy you, but, you got to tell me, don't be an arse. You got to tell me, because we were best buddies. Did everything together. And she left without telling me. And that really annoyed me. So one of the people in Lep Castle said, Jenny, ask for your friend. And I'm like, no, I wouldn't do that. I've never done that. I'm not going to ask for my friend in Lep Castle. Why would I? She's not here. Anyway, yada, yada, yada. I don't know what made me say it, but I said, okay. And I said her name. I said, Neve, who do I take with me when I go and visit you? We did not hear the spirit box. We didn't hear anything. It was done. We heard nothing. So we kind of let that go, and that was it. When I got home, a few days later, I got stuck into audio, and I knew at this part when this question was coming up. And I said, Neve, when I go visit you, my pen dropped on the floor. So I went to pick my pen up. So my question was, Neve, when I go visit you, who do I take with me? And then I heard this female voice saying, dogs. And I went to pick up my pen, because I took my two big dogs, Sack and Riley, with me, two big dogs. And I'd walk with them for safety and so on. And I looked at my screen and I'm like, and when you forget what to do with a computer, and I rewinded back and I listened to it, and she goes, dogs. And I have it. And the only thing I did wrong. Well, no, I still have it good. I looped it, but I have the fresh one and I have the looped one. But you hear dogs. And I continue on to say, because no one heard it at the time, I continue on to say to the panel of the table, and I said, I'll tell you what I took with me. I said, I take my two dogs with me. I take my two big dogs to see Neve, But you don't hear her saying dogs on the spirit box. And that was it. But you get her on the audio, the recorder. So that for me, when I heard her saying that, and that's when I thought, oh shit, this shit is real. Oh my God, this is real. And I was like, oh my God. And I thought, oh Lord, take the wheel. And I was too close to me. And I just said, right, I'm done. I need no more. I'm done. And no, 7 years later, here I still fucking am. I'm still here. But that was a moment. Yeah, that was a moment when I got that. Did you ever have it, Natalie? Did you ever have something like that? Then it was personal.
I have, yeah. Natalie?
I've only had my name a couple of times. An American, actually, weirdly.
Okay.
A couple of times. They actually went, Natalie. It's like, it's only when I started watching 13th Dimension and over lockdown, and they were like, oh, hi, Natalie.
I love you going back with the 13th Dimension.
Yeah. I've not had anything. I've probably not done enough, because what I used to do with the EVPs is like I used to just record and not ask questions, because I feel silly talking to I can't talk to an answer phone either. So it's like so I used to just record. So occasionally, like say when you hear your name, you just sort of like that did freak me out though. I mean, it wasn't a personal story particularly, but it was like hearing your own name by something that you can't see and hear is quite, oh my God, they know me. And that's what got me with that one. But I've not had anything sort of like direct. But then, like, to be fair, I don't ask questions. I just click the record button. But they know when I do as well, because it's like there'll be nothing there. And the second I pick up the MP3, boom, you can almost feel them. I like, woo, it's like that's and I don't say I'm about to record. I just go, oh, I'm not feeling too freaked out today. I'll do a few, just 15-second bursts.
Yeah, and it's just an open portal. It's an open portal for anyone to come through. What you're doing. So say you're doing something, they can say, or, you know, Natalie's in the stable and she's cleaning out the horses and whatever, you don't have to say anything. They can still watch you. So you don't have to do anything. That's validation. That you see and know what you're doing. And I think that's brilliant. But when they say your name, it's just kind of like,
yeah, but with an accent as well, it was like, that's what got me. I mean, I'm in England in the Midlands, and it's like, but it's an old area around here, but yeah, it was definitely an American accent, and it was definitely my name. It was quite.
There's no bases around there. Was there any American bases around there?
Yeah,
I'm not aware of it. I mean, I'm not massively. I mean, I know. We're like Vikings and Romans around here, so we go back to like pre-Romans. But I don't know about. I don't think so, but I can't say without looking it up, to be honest. But I didn't think it was connected to the area, because I don't always think that the voices we get on the EVPs are connected to the place we're at either. I sometimes think you just get random ones passing through and you just happen to be playing with it at the time.
Oh, wow. I'm in the Midlands.
There was American bases.
Yeah, Ready Steady Retro. Yes, I'm in the Midlands, and there was American bases.
Okay.
There was American bases here. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to look up how far away, how close they are or far away.
That's so cool. And like you were saying, you were kind of watching the 13th Dimension. That's going back a bit.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time. Lockdown really is how I ended up doing this kind of stuff. It's Jeremy's fault. He started it off.
He's a brat. I have the T-shirt upstairs, and I said, y'all need to sign it for me. Phil, what about yourself? You had an experience.
What, me?
Yeah, having a personal experience.
Well, my first sort of personal thing that happened, and I really wouldn't advise anyone doing this at all, not at all.
Oh gosh, now I want to know what. I promise I won't. I promise I won't.
It was by accident. What I used to do as a kid, I used to record the countdown on a Sunday evening on the radio. There used to be the countdown of the top 30 songs playing on the radio, and I used to have a recorder. So the radio used to be going, and I used to have an old tape recorder that I used to have to press two buttons at the same time, play and record. Didn't like that. Yeah. And it had a flip top lid.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. A flip top lid like that. You used to pull the cassette out. It was a long thing, flat thing. Yeah.
And the one that comes out, or the double cassette or the beatbox.
And the paranormal always sort of is always there, and it tags you even from an early age.
Okay.
It tags you. You can't get away from it. It's like if there's something that interests it with you, or it's interested by you, then it won't leave you alone. So what I used to do on this one occasion, I've done it once. I wanted to. It was Saturday, and I wanted to clear the tape completely. Yeah. Because if you don't clear it, all right, then what happens is you get leftover echo of previous songs on that tape. Sometimes when it gets old, the magnetism was not so magnetic. So I went to sleep, and I used to just press the record and play. So that it would just like kind of be just record nothing, basically.
Okay. Yeah.
So I did that, and so basically it was recording 90 minutes into nighttime when I was asleep in the bedroom, and I wouldn't really advise anyone taking a recording in your own bedroom.
I did.
Oh, scary! Some of the things
I've got
some of the things you hear, and it's not the obvious burps, farts, or anything else. I'm not talking about that. And that's just me. That's my bedroom's like alive with that. But especially with the dogs, Basil and Ruby.
Yeah. Oh, Basil. the dogs here, so I could hear them snoring and whatnot, and I'm like, okay. But then there's something else that comes in as I take Toby in there because he's going to start crying. But I have little voices coming in, but I'm like, no.
I heard my own voice as if I'm talking in my sleep, but it was slightly different. It was more, once again, the voice is more robotic, deeper, even at that age. It was a more robotic, deeper voice. Yeah. So, but once again, like the other recording I had on an answer machine, I told Natalie this, lived in a place in Wembley in North London, in a flat, and came home one night, spooky old place, would be, wouldn't it? And the recorder, I pressed the recorder to see what messages were left, and this voice came on that knew stuff personally about me. But the voice was unnatural, again, robotic and deep, but it knew personal stuff to me that nobody would know. You know,
you see the whole thing with the phones?
Yeah.
And was this a phone call that you got, or just a message that you got on the?
It must have been I think it was. It sounded like it was a phone call coming in. You can hear because on the old machines you could hear the phone ring, and then it would make that deet sound, and then start recording. Someone they left a message. But it was very, very personal message, and I can't think of anyone. The only person that would have known that would have been my sister, but she's not at all the sort which would at that time. No, she's she would not have. She's not that sort of person, not that sort of character to sort of wind up and things like that.
Right, if it's something personal,
It was horrible. It was horrible from the point of view of it was not to put too fine a point on it. I know what you did, you dirty little sergeant. This, all this sort of thing.
It was like that.
Yeah. It was like that, but the voice was different. The voice, I know, but really robotic and low.
See, that bloody whole thing. Do you ever see the movie The Black Phone or something like that?
And you ever seen that movie? That movie was good, wasn't it? I went
to see it before that, and I have the book from one of the guys. Oh, I forgot his name, but I remember doing a show one night and with Howard Petrie back in the day, because I'm so old. You know what I'm talking about, Howard Petrie, right? So anything on Howard Petrie's show is not paranormal, but I'd love to send it on to you to play it so you can see it. I mean, I know it is late, but I'd love for you to play it. If I could send it on to you, can I do that? Is it too late?
Of course, yeah.
It's a WTF moment, because my face will tell you all. My face. Let me find his name. Let me get it. We don't want that. Okay, I have it here. Okay, I have it. I'm going to send it over to you, Phil.
Okay, I'll pick it up and then let's have a look.
Okay. Okay. So this happened 4 years ago, I think. 3-4 years ago, I think. And it was like probably 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, because if I say hi guys, and they say Jenny, we sent you a drink, and I'm like bleep bleep bleep. I'm in bleep in bed, bleep bleep bleep. But then you have to get up and get ready and throw on an over shoulder boulder holder and put your top on and get onto the show and just say, okay, I'm here. But this was a show that I was just a throw on panel, and then you have the other guest on and so on and so on. And they don't talk anything paranormal. They talk anything but paranormal. They do talk some paranormal, but some not. This was one of the shows that I had jumped in on, and we were talking about dog dirt, dog doo-doos and all of that stuff. And because I work with dogs, and I'm like, well, it's a gourmet to them. They smell it and they think it's a gourmet and they like it, and they, it's something. And then one of the ladies said, well, my blah 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 doesn't smell like gourmet, and it was just that kind of random talk, and all of a sudden something happens. I thought there was a cat behind me, but it's just my chair. But I know I'm looking for the kitchen, but the kitchen's upstairs. But it's the last video that I send you. Just it's
speaking about. I'm just waiting for a file to come through because it takes a little while if it's an MP3 because it has to go over the.
Okay.
Gets taken apart into bits and then sent over to different, and then it comes through.
It's just on Facebook. Did it? Oh, shucks, Jennifer. It's just on Facebook. Did it go through?
Did you send it on Messenger?
Messenger, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. It hasn't come through yet, but it will do.
I did not know.
Well, it's only because it's a file, so they take a bit longer. Words are really quick, but files take a bit longer. That's all.
Okay.
Files take a little bit longer. Yeah, I mean, talking about, I mean, it's late at night. I suppose everyone's asleep now, but so I can mention it. I'm a bit. I don't know if it's a paranormal thing. It might be. Oh, I think I've got it through now. But I remember years ago when I was a kid, going along the street, and 9 times out of 10, dog doo-doo would be like a white crumbly. If you sort of tripped up on it or you kicked it, it would just go poof into like dust.
Oh my God, it's so bad that I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, do you remember that? Do you remember that? Just go to dust, poof, like that, just disappear.
Like powder, just going to powder. Yeah, I know. I totally.
Yeah.
Why did that happen?
You don't get it anymore.
You don't. You hope it freezes over so that it's nothing. Like, because I've got 4 dogs, and I've got 3.5 cats because one is like a foster. I swear he's not staying. He's so not staying. He's not staying.
Okay.
Help me. See the robotic thing. You see with the robotic thing? I had a spirit from Lies Hall, Abbey, pick up my dictaphone and do a deep, robotic, sinister laugh down it before putting it back down. 6 witness and scared the shite out of us. Early 2000s this was. That was Ready, Steady, Retro. Oh, this is, oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, okay.
All right, Jen, I'm going to play it.
And watch my face. I know it's going to be screechy because she's a very loud voice, but I'm laughing and laughing. But there's a few things to listen out for, but I'm not going to say what it is. But watch my face.
Okay, all right. Okay, here we go.
I do zoom in.
Oh, hang on. Flipping mute.
Myself, I gourmeted myself. Gourmet. Oh, yeah.
I can do because they smell other food and they smell whatever, and they do eat it.
How would be like?
I don't know.
Myself, I gourmeted myself.
Yeah.
My poop has never smelled gourmet. I'm going to tell you right now.
Howard.
Not once. Nope. Still no.
I don't know about
from now on, Jenny.
I don't know about gourmet.
Gourmet scent.
Oh, yeah.
At the end.
Yeah. Did you see my face?
Let me play it again. Hold on.
They do because they smell other food and they smell whatever, and they do eat it.
How would be like?
I don't know.
Myself, I gourmeted myself.
Yeah.
My poop has never smelled gourmet. I'm going to tell you right now.
Howard.
Not once. Nope. Still no.
I don't know about
from now on, Jenny.
I don't know about gourmet.
Gourmet scent.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Phil's loving this. Oh gosh, what?
That.
Oh Jesus, what? What?
That's the best one.
That's called validation. That's called validation. Because it happened, right? And I'm sitting in the same position, and I'm like, my hair is actually the same color now as it was then. Holy crap, how long ago? But that's called validation because did you hear what happened? Did you hear what was said?
I couldn't catch all of it. It's a bit tinny.
I got some of it. Something about gourmet and
Right. So when that was happening, and I was the only one to hear it because of my house, there's a male in my house, and I have him on a lot of audio. And I'm just well used to him right now. He's been following me for about over 12 years, something like that. And the only thing he ever says is my name. So when we're talking about this and so on, there's one part you can hear the static coming through a microphone. That there's a noise that's not meant to be there. Static. Only lasts for a few seconds, but it's there. And then she keeps talking again, and then you hear the static coming in again, and then you'll hear a breath going, Jenny. My name. It's the same. Yeah, and then none of them heard it, but it was here beside me. Like I had it before years ago back there, and I have it on audio. I have it on. I heard it myself, and I have it on audio. I wished I did. I'm waiting for it. That's the only one I'm ever waiting for. Is that
Paranormal Short Sessions said, have you ever received an EVP from a ghost cat or dog? No, I guess.
I wish, and I hope. I really, really, really hope for either of them, especially one of my dogs. Yeah, definitely. I haven't.
I'm going to play it again, okay?
Sorry, can I just say very quickly, I recorrect myself. We have heard dogs from the museum that I used to investigate.
Really?
Where the army fought were there. It was a British army barracks. So because you can put a dog behind a screen and let it bark, and I know what breed it is. You know these are German Shepherds, and then you know you have a terrier. So we do have dogs barking. So I correct myself. We do have dogs barking. So yes, anyway. So you'll hear the static coming through because they need electricity to come through the microphone. I heard it. They were all still talking. And then you see my face. You know, the static comes through twice. And then you heard this male going, Jenny. And then you can see my face that I could see it. I could hear it. And all the time.
Because they smell other food and they smell whatever. And they do eat it.
How would be like?
I don't know.
Myself, I gourmeted myself.
Yeah.
My poop has never smelled gourmet. I'm gonna tell you right now. Not once. Nope. Still no.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was distracted by them talking about gourmet dog poo.
I know. But
so I completely missed that.
Right? And this
I from now on this conversation.
Yeah, I get it now.
Well,
I get it.
I can so hear that. Yeah.
Yeah, my face was like.
I don't know about.
From now on, Jenny.
I don't know about gourmet.
Hold on. I get it. Let me just take it back a bit.
And unfortunately, we're talking about dog poo, so you know. I mean, I do play it, but.
Yeah. Let me take that back a little bit more.
Always in my house.
I don't know about.
From now on, Jenny.
I don't know about gourmet.
Yeah. Yeah, heard that.
Play it again, just from again, so so the conversation. But you.
Yeah, I'll play it back again. Hold on.
Mason.
Because they smell other food and they smell whatever, and they do eat it.
How would be like?
I don't know.
Myself, I gourmeted myself.
Yeah.
My poop has never smelled gourmet. I'm gonna tell you right now. Not once. Nope. Still no.
Yeah, that.
My face. My face.
There was a little bit of interference just before as well, and then
right. Love that you heard that, because that's the static coming through because you use the microphone, the energy, or the electricity. And I've gotten, oh my God, listen, Phil, we need to do another show because I got a lot of stuff to send.
From now on.
Yeah.
Wow. You've got some really good EVPs.
I have. That's just a
Nope. No. I'll be second from now on, Jenny.
I don't know about gourmet.
Yeah, weird.
Snippets.
Makes the ones I get seem really rubbish and embarrassing.
No EVP. No, but no EVP is rubbish. If you hear something that's not there, it's something. It's totally something. And not all of them. They say there's class A, B, C, and blah 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 blah. And I get that. But if I get an EVP like class C, I still keep it in file and say I'll get back to you and note it down. And I say when I go back to that location, I'm going to ask it the same question and get a more proper response from it. I remember sitting here in my living room one night and my girls were away for the night. This is like a few years ago. And I'm sitting here at 2:00 in the morning. My couch was at the back wall and Billy Big Balls had a few gin and tonics. So I said, let me take out my recorder by myself. So I'm sitting there saying, I know you're here. I know you're here. And I've seen you and I've heard you in X, Y, Z. And then I heard, who's in the kitchen? Who's in the kitchen? No, I know what it is. It's my cat, the rubbish bin. It's okay. It's not possessed. It's okay. It's okay. I'd rather a ghost than my cat going through my rubbish bin.
I was going to say, I'm not sure which is more horrifying.
Yeah. No, but we'll have to do. I'll tell you what, Jenny. We'll have to do this again. We'll have to.
I would love to. I have so much more. Have
you enjoyed it? Have you honestly? Have you enjoyed it?
Thank you so much, Ready Steady Retro. I really, really enjoyed it because this. With the best, and it's been a long time. I'm stuttering here, and I'm trying to get this 3 answers out at the one line. But I really, really enjoyed it because. Thank you so much. I had great time. I had a great conversation. I had great host ask me questions, and you didn't give it to me. And I had great people watching and supporting, and I just loved all of it tonight. It was a great ending to a long week. I really, really, really enjoyed it, and I have so much more to say.
Well, I mean, I know the people at home watching. They've absolutely loved you. They've loved you.
I don't take compliments easily. I'm Irish. I don't take compliments easily at all. I don't. Yeah. Thank you.
It'd be brilliant if you can come on again at some point. That'd be absolutely superb.
I would love to come on. I would love to come on, and I will get you a mute sign. I'll have this for me because I always have that on top of my computer, not to say these things, just to remind me. I'll get you a sign saying you're on mute, Phil. And you can just
I know. I'm a doofus, honestly. I don't think I'll ever be slick on this thing. You know what I mean? I don't think I'll ever be slick.
I was out shopping in Home Base and I got a beautiful plant, but I only bought it because of the pot plant, and it said you're on mute with a circle and a microphone. And that's me all the time. So I'm like 5 minutes into my show, and this is me into my show.
Yeah.
Jenny, you're on mute, and I'm like, I got you. And then I literally someone was like, Jenny, you're on mute. You're on mute.
Phil did it today. Then Phil was the one on mute today. It was a great start to the show.
I loved saying. It was a pleasure to say, Phil, you're on mute.
Couldn't have been better, you see. It's perfect for the guests we had.
It was a sweet moment of a long week. It was really nice. I loved it. Yeah. Oh, your aunties. Oh, Jesus! Don't get me onto the aunties now.
The aunties. Okay, well, I'm gonna wrap up then. Thank you very, very much for everyone who's contributed in the chat. Appreciate it. All the questions. Again, Jenny, thank you, and I can't wait to be back on.
Oh, listen, you just tell me when, and I am on with my ding, 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 and my sign saying, Phil, you're on mute. Just saying.
Thank you very much, Jenny. Take care.
You're so welcome. Good night, everyone. Thank you.
Brilliant. Absolutely, what a lovely lady.
She is. I said, yeah, that's what I said. Said she's lovely, but she talks. But
Oh, lovely.
when she starts
Well, that's what we want.
the EVPs are really interesting as well. So
Yeah.
I
Oh,
love
yeah.
Jenny.
Yeah. Just like kind of just, yeah. I don't know. You just bond with people, and with her, just sort of like, yeah, just sort of, bond. Really, really nice, lovely guest. Lovely. Yeah, really.
Great start to our year, is it? Well, I think we've got Scott next week, so it's all downhill from there.
Oh yeah, Scott. Yeah, of course we have. Yeah. Yeah. Who is it? Scott C. Wilson. Yes.
Yeah, he's an American paranormal investigator, but he used to be on 13th Dimension, the show that I mentioned earlier, and has his own podcast as well now. But him and Jenny know each other, so
Tune in, people. Tune into that, and and if you can, share, like, subscribe. Also, with Goldfish Paranormal, Natalie's Facebook and channel. Just pop along, have a look, support her, okay? Because we're doing this sort of stuff because it's interesting. We know you guys like it, and we love it, and we're giving up time. We're getting it out there, aren't we? We're sort of, we're trying to bring it to the forefront. So yeah, just support some Goldfish Paranormal. Give it a follow, subscribe. That'd be great. And also, if you can pop a subscribe onto this, excellent. If you're already subscribed, likes up, thumbs up it. That really helps the channel. And just want to say thank you very much for everyone for your time, from us. And I'll try and do a slick outro now, Natalie. All right, Natalie, thank you, mate. Right, and myself. Oh, no, would you believe it? Let's see, go back again. Hey, let me try something else.